You are now in the arena. Welcome to Gridiron, presented by Underdog.
Woo, woo.
My name is Kinsey. I am your host, and happy Monday here in the arena. We're already set up for Christmas because we're just celebrating early. We got a lot of football to talk about. First, I got to introduce my boys, one of the most prolific figures in the history of sports media, and the man who has never lost a debate, Skip Bayless. Reppin' Shedeur.
Yes, sir.
And we got Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro cornerback, Aqib, Talib.
Yeah.
3-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl winning safety, TJ Ward.
Yeah.
4-time Pro Bowler and the man you want having your back at all times, Richie Incognito.
Let's
go, baby. Big guy's back.
Big guy's back.
Well, so for Aqib and TJ, your Denver Broncos now have the best record in the National Football League. And yet, help me out here.
Oh, he's still got...
Here we go. I
Would you believe in point differential? They're 9th? So that just means they keep barely winning. They only beat the Raiders by 7?
Is a win.
Skip, you remember when Peyton Manning, they blew everybody out, right?
Yeah.
Then they went to Seattle in the chip and got their ass blew out. Like, I'm saying, had no calluses.
Flip the script.
They ain't had no calluses, Skip.
really.
You gotta build that.
Yeah, what I
Gotta
remember
build
is
that.
last year Kansas City kept barely winning and got to the Super Bowl and was down 40-6 with 3 minutes left.
Against
But
who?
they got
Against
there.
who, Skip?
Wow.
They got there.
No,
They
but
got
against
there,
who?
Skip.
Philly?
Yeah.
And that same Philly team had 9 one-score wins, so they was barely winning, and they won the chip.
Yeah.
We can go back and forth with this shit all day, Skip.
I gotta give it to your boys.
All day.
Aqib knows his stuff.
I gotta give
my
it.
shit.
I gotta give it to the Broncos yesterday. They moved the ball consistently.
Man,
They
hey.
controlled the game. Like for me,
Did you see, Bo?
24-17.
right. But I mean, for me, I had
It could have been
concerns.
27-14,
Oh.
but Sean tried to just run the ball on 4th down instead of kicking the field goal.
Yeah.
Then they come down and kick a garbage like.
The
We could have
garbage time. Yeah, wacky
easily
field goal. That was
made it
crazy.
27-14.
Yeah.
The final score.
And
But,
then the-
Sean ain't pencil whipping.
He's going to intentionally lose one of these remaining games. That's what
Yeah,
you
I'm
said,
gonna
right?
call him. We're gonna figure out which one we want to drop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't going
liked
off
it.
no streak though.
I liked it. That was a good win for you guys. Like that.
Sure.
That's like I had
Cheers,
concerns
Richie.
about the offense, but
Thank you,
like
brother.
them running the ball,
Thank you,
controlling
I
it.
have been concerned.
It was nice. It was real easy.
Well, no, I just needed to see it. Like that was my
Yeah.
thing. We just haven't seen it. We haven't seen.
We dominated that
game.
game.
100%.
Easy.
And that's that's all I wanted to see. My
I mean, it
concerns
was an
are
easy
gone.
game.
That's what you
Nice
do to the
defensive
Raiders, though.
performance.
Yeah, I'm like,
come
it's
in
the
from
Raiders.
Right.
You do that.
Right.
Division.
But see, if they didn't do that yesterday and they struggled and they let the Raiders hang around and they have this crazy fourth quarter comeback, then I would be concerned. But for them to come in against an inferior team like the Raiders,
Just
haven't
dominate
played
them.
well, and then just
That's
dominate
what
them.
you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Right, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
what
did
is it
that.
gonna take for
Everything we
you?
supposed to do, we do.
What is it going to take for you to actually support Aqib and the Broncos?
They're cruising for a late bruise.
They got to win the Super Bowl
just watch.
before Skip approves.
Cruising for a
Skip
late
is
bruise.
not on board. He
It's
said,
gonna be real late. Real late.
they're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to be back on the couch. He's like, nah, I don't
Hey,
believe
man.
it. That didn't happen.
It's all good, Skip.
All right, you guys, we've got a packed show today, so here's what is happening on Gridiron. So Joe Burrow has 2 costly picks late in the loss versus the Bills.
Man.
But how much was to blame on him in snowy Buffalo? That broke my heart. And then Shedeur throws for over 360 yards and accounts for 4 touchdowns. In a loss, why can Kevin Stefanski not get out of his way in Cleveland? We need to fire him. And what in the world is wrong with Lamar Jackson? Is it over in Baltimore after losing to Pittsburgh at home in a pivotal AFC matchup? All that and more coming. So, of course, this episode is brought to you by Underdog. So, as always, use code GRID. But let's get right into it. We got to talk about last night's game.
Yep.
So, the Texans have now won 5 straight games, defeating the Chiefs 20-10. And you were rooting for the Chiefs, right?
I did have the Chiefs.
I told
You hadn't spent enough time getting off their bandwagon like
I
we
told
have.
him.
And look, that game was close. Chiefs still was in position to win the game at the end.
Chiefs got
CJ
smacked.
Stroud had
What they
that
do,
one.
but we talked about that.
Stroud had he been making plays all game. I'll give it to CJ. He did make the plays in the clutch. But with the biggest play they needed, he sailed the ball way past the receiver and gave Pat Mahomes the opportunity to win that game.
And then
But,
what happened,
I
though?
wasn't wrong,
But what happened?
I wasn't right either.
What happened on that drive that he gave him an opportunity? A
What
drop
you mean?
pass here and a drop
It
pass
don't matter.
there.
No, it wasn't drop pass by who?
Man, look, man. Late
Are
in
you
the
talking
game.
about Pat Mahomes drive? Yeah, but that's the reason they've been losing the whole season.
That's what we said. They just ain't been making the plays in the fourth.
Cast. And
And
I'm
they
gonna
did
put it
the
on
same thing they
Kelsey.
did last night.
Kelsey ass, 2 drops in a row on that last drive, 1 to seal the pick, bro. Come on, he's just not in
Rasheed
it,
had
bro.
a drop.
Rasheed had a
It's
drop
all-
too.
that's what it's been all year. That's what we were saying.
I took Houston in the point, so I'm happy. I had a big one.
Yeah,
At
I
some
took
point,
Houston too.
you know, I just felt that those guys, like I said last week, that they would make those plays, and they didn't make the plays. So I was right and wrong.
All right, but Andy Reid.
I don't get it neither, Skip.
He was right and wrong.
You feel me?
All right, guys, though, but Andy Reid did have 2 questionable calls to go for it on 4th down when they were on their side of the field, and people are up in arms about this. So let's take a look at what Andy Reid has to say after the game.
You know, I put the guys offensively in a tough position with the 4th downs. I'm trying to stay aggressive with it. I take full responsibility for that. And there are opportunities that you've got to take advantage of. You're playing a good football team in the Texans, and you've got to make sure when you have opportunities to make plays, you make plays. And we were short just a little bit there.
She got the pressing.
Man,
Yeah.
it's hurt. He
pressing,
tired of
man.
this shit.
Yeah. So Kansas City now falls to 6-7. This is the first time ever in the Andy Reid era. So, Aqib, what was the biggest reasons that the Chiefs lost?
Well, shit, it wasn't rocket science. It was the
Was it rocket?
it was the second best defense in the league, Skip. Hey, they looked great, man. They came out, played a damn good game on defense, man. They play a bunch of zone coverage, right? But they matchy. It's real matchy. Them windows was tight last night. The man coverage was awesome. They strapped shit in man coverage all night. When Patty did have time, they got good rush. When he did have time, wasn't nobody open. He had nowhere to throw the ball, man. He had to take off running. That defense, man, they ball. And when the ball got tipped in the air, it bounced the Texans' way and not the Chiefs' way, because it's just not the Chiefs' year this year. It's just not their year this year, man. So it ain't rocket science. You hold Mahomes to 160 yards, 3 picks, the rush and the coverage match up like that, hey, that's the results of the game right there. So kudos to that second best defense in the league.
Wait, who's the
Second
first
best?
best?
Really?
Hufunga. Tell him who.
Well, hold on just a
First,
second.
man. Sam Hufunga.
My stats say that the Texans lead the NFL
Yep.
in points allowed
They
by
do.
a lot,
And-
and they lead in yards
else?
allowed by a lot.
Let me tell you what my stats say. When we went to see them head to head, our defense got stops in the fourth. They defense didn't, and we won the game.
CJ was gone after a
Because
quarter.
we knocked him out.
Because we put him down.
You gotta put him down. You
That's
gotta
part of
sometimes
it.
it's part. Yeah,
He
that's
hit
part
his
of it,
head on
Skip.
the turf. He whiplashed.
knocked him out.
That's
on.
part of it, Skip.
Yeah.
Hey, head to head, our defense was better in the fourth, baby.
Their defense is better
Sometimes
than
it
your
ain't about yards. It's about who's more violent.
It's about who gets stops at the end of the game.
I don't know. The Texans looked violent last
they
night.
do.
Did you see Rasheed Rice get hit?
Oh, that was a
my
car crash.
God.
That was awesome.
That was a
That
car
was
crash.
old
like
school
that.
No,
football.
I'm telling you, they
that
came
was-
out and balled last night.
They did
came
their
out.
thing.
You know what they did? They kind of mimicked that our game plan.
Yeah, they
They
did.
mimicked our game plan. I'm telling
Oh,
you, bro.
But I ain't
young
gonna lie.
freaker.
For real.
I know. I feel
They
you.
mimicked our game plan, and that's how it looked. You
But
feel
the
me?
Chiefs did do a good job of holding Hunt and Anderson
They did.
to limited pressures, right? They did it. I said Andy was gonna scheme them up. Now I don't know what the supporting cast was doing, even with all them linemen out, but you gotta give them credit for doing that.
But you see, Hunt, they didn't rush like they used. They rushed like
contain
discipline.
Yeah.
for sure.
They
Very-
rushed
they
real
was
discipline.
contained
Like, I'm
rush.
not just finna rush upfield and let him get out and do his patty shit.
Yeah.
They rushed real. If I ain't beat him right away, boop, they stopped. And they kind of just let the inside guys get the pressure. And shit, they missing linemen inside as well. So
Yeah.
I like that game plan, man.
It was
Yeah,
good.
speaking about offensive line, that's kind of going into this game, the Chiefs nightmare fuel. They got 3 starting offensive linemen out of the game. There's no Juwan Taylor, no Trey Smith. Simmons is out of the lineup. Then Wanya Morris goes down on the first play of the game. So now you're down to the backup of the backup. And they were really smart rushing the passer last night. They wanted to keep Patty caged in there because Patty's been using his legs to gut defenses this year. But I think it comes down to the offensive line. We look at inconsistent play all year with Patrick. He's had his receivers in and out of the lineup. Richie was out for the first 6 games. Worthy's been hurt. But I think it's on the big boys up front. And I think another key stat is the 6 drop passes last night. Yep. That is the most in Mahomes' career. And a lot of those passes, he's getting pressured. He tosses one up and they can't come up with the catch. So struggles on offense, that's what's ultimately sinking the Kansas City ship. Because defense played well last night. That defense was flying around.
Play well now.
They need some bodies on that defense, but Chris Jones was a one-man wrecking crew. Karlaftis made plays. They were flying around.
And he was due for some plays to be made.
Yes, both of them. And Bolton, I love Bolton. I think Bolton's one of the best linebackers in the NFL. I really do think he's one of the best.
McDuffie was following Nico, and Nico got off.
Yeah. Well, Stroud made some
was
plays.
hurt, so
Hey, I want to hear that shit.
man.
Stroud made plays when it mattered most. They made more plays than the
Find
Chiefs.
their connection though a little bit.
Man, the Chiefs got fat while everyone starved, man. They just not as hungry. The only person out there playing with hunger and really passion and desire was Pat.
It's Pat.
And you can see it all over the field. Guys were just not playing with that same want to as Pat, and he was having to make everything happen, and he almost did. When he was about to get sacked, he would scramble for the first down. When he about to get sacked, he'll find the open receiver. Now, a couple passes were inaccurate that could have led to bigger plays, but I think he's been doing almost everything he has to do to win ball games. You can't put all them interceptions on Pat. Like earlier I said that, you get all the reward, you got to take all the blame. But in this case, it's a little bit different. Like, you got guys dropping wide open passes for the game in multiple games. That's completely unacceptable. And these are guys that have been in trouble and haven't been doing the right thing. So the least you could do is step on the field and do your job. And they're not even doing that. A default line, he's still getting it done. The defense is helping them. They're playing great ball. But offensively, they dropping passes. Hunt dropped a third and short. They was on the road to a touchdown, what they really needed on that drive. They ended up having to kick a field goal. They missed the field goal. A kicker ain't even doing his job. You got one job. Make the early field goal. Make the game, tighter and more comfortable for your team. They're not even doing that. So his supporting cast is no support.
I don't know what's wrong with me, but I miss the new NFL rule that Patrick Mahomes is above criticism for the rest of his career. That's what's happened here, because I didn't get that memo because I saw a completely different game last night. I saw, yet again, as I've seen consistently over the last 3 years, the reason they have declined is because Patrick Mahomes has become wildly, inconsistently inaccurate.
Wow.
Just wildly. I give you 4 of those 6. I don't know the 6 drops. I got 4. And the 4th and 4 drop by Rashee Rice was bad because it just hit him right there. But it was a weird pass because Mahomes has been off balance and out of rhythm slowly but surely over the last 3 years. And last night, he goes, this is horrible, 14 of 33. That's 42% completion. And for the year, his completion rate is 63%, which is his career low. And for that game, he had a QBR last night of 17, and you guys are all giving him a break. I'm not going to give him a break because the 3 interceptions were terrible ideas and terrible throws, all 3 of them. Because the first one got tipped up that Petrie got, and it was a great play. Petrie is he's a bad man
Beast,
back
man,
there.
laid the wood.
He lays wood on everybody. He did at Baylor, if you watched him at Baylor. All right, then the second interception is a terrible underthrow to Hollywood that Lassiter just drops back and just picks it. And then the last one to Kelsey, it's way behind him where he has to reach back, and they're including that as one of the 6 drops. But it's so far behind him that he reaches back and tips it up in the air, and Alshire gets it. Okay, so those are 3 terrible interceptions. You're going to lose. If you throw 3 bad interceptions, even at home, and they don't turn it over, you're going to lose that game. And then on the 4th downs, the 4th and 1 pass, it was late. You think Shedeur holds the ball too long? Mahomes holds the ball like crazy on it, and no one ever criticizes it, but it's almost like every drop back is, I got it, and I'm going to do this a little bit, and then I'm going to see if I can escape. But if I can't, and to your point, they had him hemmed in last night, which is the way you have to attack him, because he can run. He looks too big to run, but he can rumble. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's got weird
little wheels. He's
got weird athletic ability for his, because he looks like he weighs 240, and yet if you hem him in that he's going to do this and do this, and at the last second he's going to do this with a shortstop throw, and receivers are off balance, out of rhythm, broken routes. It's at their feet, or it's a little high, or it's a little off. I don't know. I just don't see consistent any sort of Brady-esque accuracy from Patrick Mahomes, and it hurt them all night long. I don't know. What am I missing here?
You
I
ain't never seen Brady have to move like that to get out of trouble.
No, because the ball's
probably
gone.
missing
and it's just-
the 9 straight AFC
okay, I'll
West
give you that.
wins and
Yeah.
5 out of 6
Yeah.
Super Bowls. So
I give you that.
everything that you're talking about, it must be working, Skip.
Okay, but his
They
numbers
chip every
have
year.
consistently
Yeah.
fallen dramatically
Yeah.
over
Yeah,
the
do
last
you
3
agree?
years.
I think it's on the outside. I think the inconsistent play on the outside, guys in and out of the lineup, right? The one thing Kansas City always had was speed, right?
Yep.
They can spread you out, and then that's where Mahomes makes the off-schedule throws. That's where he usually finds Kelsey, or usually finds a guy late in the play. Because if you look back over the last couple of years at their great success, Mahomes hanging in the pocket, moving around, moving just enough to hit Kelsey. That safety blanket is gone. Kelsey's definitely taken a step back.
He is taking a step
Worthy's kind of a one-trick pony. He can go deep, he can burn you, but he's not really going to work underneath. Rashee Rice is their stud. He misses the first 6 games, and now he's dropping passes.
Yeah.
He's not looking good. And then again, I keep coming back to the offensive line, but that's
been
what's
for
made
years.
They've been great.
But Worthy had a good
But they've been
game.
down for years, like even in the Philly chip. Everybody talking
They
about
got dominated. They got dominated.
But it's all backups and like we need tackles. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It was-
Jawan Taylor's out of there. I mean, the guy's a walking
Yeah,
penalty.
but who doesn't have backup offensive
Do
linemen
you
right
agree
now?
that
Seems
if
like
the ball
everybody-
there's no
touches
great
your
backup
hands
offensive line.
as a receiver, the ball touches your hands,
You got to catch
you should
it.
catch it
Yep.
in the NFL. Do you agree, Skip?
Yeah, but he just
Ain't no
like
buts.
everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing this, and after a while, they catch some of
You
them.
get paid
Yeah.
too.
So-
I'm running for my life.
Okay.
If I get it anywhere
All right,
near
like-
your body,
Okay,
catch
his
the ball.
longest completion of the night was 35 yards to Hollywood Brown on that deep ball.
Yeah.
a touchdown.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Should've
way
been a touchdown.
underthrown.
Yeah,
It's
for
way
sure.
underthrown. He has to slide to catch it.
But what was
okay?
going on in front of him when he threw it though?
Yeah, it's a mess.
Okay, but you can lead him a little more and get it up 5 yards up where he could turn and go.
I think the
Yeah.
only bad
That
ball
sounds
he
good,
threw of the ones you named was the pick to Lassiter. Now that could have been a little bit deeper to that back pylon, but it was a good play by him too.
Yeah.
But
All right,
that was
and-
the only one.
And I need to say, he did throw one really good ball to Tyquan Thornton in the end zone. It was late third quarter, and Lassiter made a hellacious
Yeah.
play to
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
up and knock it away. Lassiter's he's pretty good.
Nah, he's nice.
Yeah,
They
he's
got
nice.
two good corners.
They all
Nice.
play well together. That whole Houston
that's what I
defense,
noticed.
They,
Yeah,
they
it's
play really well together. They fly around. The guys up front, they got 2 great ends in Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson.
yeah.
But it's those big bodies in the middle. They got those big bodies. They understand, okay, let's push the pocket. Let's make him escape back. And let's let those defensive ends eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so on the 4th and 1 from year 33,
Oh,
what's
bad.
the time
Thought they
left?
should've ran that.
10-22.
Yeah.
It's a tie game. Okay.
Just press.
Terrible.
Andy
Yeah.
Reid
Yeah.
says after the game, we've been pretty good on those. Well, you're living in your past. You used to be really good. You were unstoppable at those.
Yep.
But you haven't been all year this year. And in a tie game with your defense, which by the
well.
way is 7th in points allowed, it's
Playing
pretty
well.
good.
They're good.
Playing well, man.
And CJ has a hard time. He hasn't really. We're about to get to him, but they weren't exactly cooking last night on offense.
Right.
So you should. They're obvious.
Punt
It's
that.
it's an obvious. Just punt it and let your defense
Punt it.
play defense.
Yeah, that's
the
what
way
you
they've
do.
been
That was
playing all
terrible.
game.
Make them earn it.
Yeah.
Put the ball in
Don't just
Houston's
give 'em.
offensive hands.
You just gifted them 7 points.
Right.
Instead of
Right
those
there.
2 plays being 2 good plays in the punt, they got 2 good plays in the touchdown now.
Yeah.
So that was a terrible play. They should have ran it anyway. You got Big Hunt back there. He's been running well,
They
man.
can't. Well, they can't. I mean, that's what's been missing is usually they have the potent rushing attack, right? They got Mahomes under center. They got Pacheco going downhill. They got Hunt going this year. Now they're trying to do everything out of the gun, and they're trying to get everything to work out of the gun. And that's been kind of a league-wide issue. It's like, we want to run the ball, but we're going to run it out of the gun. And when you run it out of the gun on defense, that makes it easy for you guys because there's no window dressing on it, right? When you're in the gun, that back can only come to the midline, and then he's got to push it front side, and it makes the cutback hard because all those defenders are sitting. And I think, just everything that's going on in Kansas City, I just don't see the run game being as potent as it once was.
But on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1,
You run that
It's
ball.
been dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They make
Hunt
plays.
been dominant.
Yeah.
Even in the
picking
goal
up
line,
every
the
one of
game.
them. So why not do that?
Even if you get
Right.
somebody on you, he ran through that first tackle.
Exactly.
Hunt came through, he was there. Bob put him on his knees.
Dropped him to his knees.
Touchdown.
Okay,
That's
so
what you do.
Do you guys think Broncos will go to Kansas City and win or not?
I
Because
gotta
that's
talk
their
to
swing
Sean.
game.
I gotta
think you
talk to
originally
Sean.
said split.
Yeah, we kind of just watching what the Patriots do, you know what I'm saying? They win, we
We
gotta
want to
win.
stay healthy, you know.
Yeah,
It's,
you
it's
just
a
controlling
healthy
your
game.
destiny.
Man.
Well, you
You're
were
like,
saying
they win, we have to
you
win.
want one win down the stretch, or you want one loss down the
We
stretch.
going to lose
You want
one
one
down
loss
this
stretch.
Just to
stretch.
get it out the system.
And you're
Yeah.
fine if that's to Kansas City.
God, we don't give a fuck who it's to.
Okay. Well, if you lose that game,
They already out the playoffs.
They have a chance to win out because they got the Chargers, and then they go to Tennessee. They got you, and then they go to Raiders. So I don't
So
know.
they still ain't dead.
Huh?
So they still ain't dead.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood of getting them getting?
I mean, they got 15% chance.
Yeah.
But that would get them to what, 10-7 if they. Was that right? If they went out? Yeah.
Well, AFC's
Yeah,
wide
10-7.
open. Yeah, AFC's wide open.
I don't think 10-7 will get it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it'll get there. And I
Me
think they're-
neither.
I think you guys will beat them there because I think they are reeling. And the Chargers could get them.
I know the Chargers
Yeah,
could get him. They got him
could
in the
get 'em.
beginning of the
They
year.
did. They sure did.
Well, I think Skip Bayless hates Patrick Mahomes. I think
I
that's
don't hate
clear.
him. I'm just telling the truth about him. Am I not accurate? I got stats to back it up.
You saying he declining, but he went to the chip every year. You
They
saying
were
he
down
declining, so
40-6
Chip.
to Philadelphia.
Still in the
40-6.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of teams want to be
it's-
there.
But it's so bad.
What about the year before
that
that?
They never recovered from 40-6. They
About
haven't
the year
I would
always.
before
agree
that.
with that.
Yep.
I would agree
I
with
mean,
that.
a lot of
They-
teams
they-
don't even go back-to-back championships
Yeah.
anyway. So to get even back to the championship and then back to the championship and then back to the
Like,
championship,
come on now. Like,
come on.
he-
But they,
can't
but
be
it-
declining.
you know, last year it was similar to Denver, different situation, but similar. Like they were just collecting really close wins, really
And
close
they
the
were
wins.
Eagles
miraculous.
was too, though.
Yes, right. But
feel me?
but the
It
Chiefs
comes
were the
down
ones
who
that
was
ran out of
healthier.
steam first.
Who was
the
healthier
Chiefs,
in that ball game?
the Chiefs.
The Eagles was.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's it.
Yeah.
and the pass rush got going. I still believe that.
Why the pass rush get going? Because the Chiefs tackles ain't healthy.
Right.
They out of there.
All right. Well, Aqib, I spent enough time with you. I don't doubt the Broncos anymore. But statistically, the Texans are the best defense in the league. Okay?
Yeah, we don't just go by statistically, you know what I'm saying?
So, with the best defense in the league, TJ, I need to know how far can this defense carry Houston in the playoffs?
They get to the AFC Championship.
You think?
Yeah, they get to the AFC Championship. I mean, they playing, I think, the best defense in the league at this point. Now, we the best defense overall all season, but right now, I think the Texans, they're playing the best defense. Their chemistry right now is beating pretty
You
hard
guys
right
always
now.
say it's how you play in December.
It is.
January.
It is. But, you know, all that being said, when it comes down to it, we beat them. Our defense is better. So if they have to run into us, they won't get that win. And I like Bo Nix over C.J. Stroud. I just do. And that's been proven in the pudding, week in and week out.
fair.
You know, C.J.'s been out. Who's to say he don't get knocked out again? Bo been healthy. He closes games out. And we have, you know, they have a great secondary. We have the best defensive player in our secondary. Player of the year, Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they'll get to the AFC chip. They have the ability if C.J. Stroud cannot turn the ball over. But that's as far as that defense is going to take them. Now, if they want to get further, they're going to need a lot more from that offense.
Yep.
Yeah, I think looking at a vacuum, looking at that defense, these guys are built to win. They're great up front. The rush is great. The linebackers fly around. They lock people down in the back end. But it does come down to this offense. Last night, C.J. Stroud and that offense was able to make enough plays to keep them in it. But got to bring it back to the big boys up front. Houston's O-line, they got some big bodies up front, but they just can't consistently move people off the ball. They can't consistently protect Stroud. You know, he's kind of running around, and they have the big bodies up front. It's just inconsistent play, and they can lean on teams at certain times, but then at certain times it's disjointed. You got guys on different levels. You got guys flying through. And then pass protection, you know, it's literally a flip of a coin if they're going to hold up in pass protection. So defense can carry them all the way to a championship. It's that offense and that offensive line that's going to hold them back.
Well, I think if the playoffs started today, they would have to go to New England and they get their ass popped round one. So the defense will take them all the way up to Foxborough. Shit.
Nah, I don't
They'll get popped. That's why I think the defense will take them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't think
like
New
the
England
defense.
playing good ball. I don't think New England playing good ball at all right now, but go ahead.
Man, New England is going, they defense flying under the radar. You know what I'm saying? They going to play physical as hell, too. And when the playoffs come, I guarantee you, Vrabel had them boys ready to go.
Yes.
I guarantee you, McDaniels have an excellent game plan against that little zone coverage that they run. I just like, if it stayed like this, I like them to go get Pop right now. I mean, with that good defense, their offense just ain't bringing enough to the table. Like Richie said, that defense will play well, but Drake just accurate, bro. He going put completions after completions together. He gonna go down. He gonna get points. Josh McDaniels has seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be bad luck for them to draw the Patriots first round and got to go to New England. That's
I
a tough place to
agree
play.
with you on this one. If they have to go to New England, they will get popped. Because of what Richie said about the offensive line. Because I was seeing flashbacks last night of at Seattle. Remember that night game
that
at
was a
Seattle
rough
when
game.
they just got obliterated in the offensive line? They couldn't block anybody.
Yeah.
Last night, most of the time, they couldn't block anybody on pass pro.
Right.
But C.J. Stroud made 3 plays last night, and he's not very athletic, but he made 3 rollout sort of scramble plays where I'm like, where did that come from? And that saved the night for them.
Yes.
And C.J. has been not bad this year, but he hasn't been real good this year.
No.
And remember, the Chargers went to Houston last year for the first playoff game and just got clocked, got run out of the building, and C.J. was really good in that game. But for some reason, the offense has, it's probably just because they just can't block
The
anybody.
big boys up front, yeah.
And Woody Marks, and then Chubb got hurt again last night. I don't know. They're just not. Nico had one big play, but it's not like he took the game over. You know, like
He had like 120 or something, didn't he?
yeah, but he had that one huge play to start with. But
They was all on scrambles.
yeah, but the point was that they struggled on offense all night because they've been they're 20th in points scored. I just don't know how. It's like I know what the defense will do. I just don't know what the offense will do. And I don't think anybody in New England would be afraid of this offense because they would think they could shut them out.
What?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the big boys up front, and they got exposed in that Seattle game. They were trying to convert some of those 4th and shorts, and they were just getting shoved around.
Yeah.
And, like, when I see a big offensive line like Houston has, like, I want to see the big dogs, like, resetting the line of scrimmage. I want to see them getting pushed. I want to see them double-teaming guys back to linebackers. And when you have an offensive line that's really big and they don't play with clean technique, sometimes it just looks lazy. You know, you're getting edged, you're getting beat, and then that's just the run game. You drop back in the pass game, you have no idea what's coming because they are just so porous up front. You get pressure up the middle, they get pressure around the sides.
Yep.
C.J. Stroud did a good job moving around, making a couple plays, but when you play a good team like New England that plays complementary football,
Yep.
that can shut down that offense, get some points, move the ball. Josh McDaniels is a hell of a coordinator. He is top notch. So it comes down to the big boys up front. The guys on the defensive side of the ball they're holding up their end of the bargain. That offensive line has to lock in. They got to play with good technique, and they got to be able to run the ball and protect the passer to have a deep playoff run.
I like the defense. Don't take these words, you know what I'm saying, out of perspective. But let's not act like they don't have 5 losses. Like, good defenses, we win games. You know what I'm saying? If our offense give us 9, then we win that bitch 9-6. Simple as that. That's what good defenses do. They find ways to we gonna win the game. All right, bud?
You're right.
They got 5 losses. They didn't find a way to win 5 times this year. So that means they're very beatable. Simple as that.
CJ was out for a while.
Yeah,
CJ was out.
I know.
CJ was out. They won every game. CJ was out.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for your game when he was out.
He
for
was
the
in that
quarter.
game.
He was in.
He was
the
in,
fourth
yeah.
quarter.
He was in.
Yeah.
He was in that game, and then he went
if
out.
he's going to have time against anybody to throw, it's going to be against New England. They don't have a dominant pass rush.
Right.
So, I mean, they do play this. They have to play discipline because they don't get to the quarterback.
I think, New England doesn't have a dominant pass rush, but those guys in Vrabel will draw up a game plan where they will expose that
But then you're going to
offensive
lose
line.
players on the back end. If you're going to send blitzes and stuff, it's going to be guys open for the one-on-ones.
Yeah.
And I think CJ's doing a great job right now finding those mismatches.
Well, the chat is on board that they're going to get knocked out at the divisional round. So let's get to Shedeur because you came with your Shedeur jersey.
did.
So
Let's
we
go.
got to talk about it because the world is talking about it.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders put on an absolute show. 364 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and they did lose to the Titans. But
Amazing.
can we talk about Stefanski? Because after the first fourth quarter touchdown, going for 2 instead of kicking the extra point to make it a 7-point game, then being forced to go for 2 again after Shedeur drives down for another touchdown, he takes Shedeur off the field for the 2-point conversion after this man threw for goddamn 400 yards. Come on. and end up losing
Tell 'em.
Get him,
31
Kinsey.
to 29. So here's Shedeur and Stefanski on what went down after the game, because we got to see.
Supposed to happen on that last 2-point conversion.
Yeah, not going to get into all the specifics, Jeff, but obviously it did not go as we thought it would.
Why would you take him off?
Yeah, it's a 2-point play. Didn't come through on our first 2-point play.
stuttering
Got to the
his
second 2-point play, we didn't come through, but that's on me.
I'm out there any play. You know, I would wish I would always have the ball in my hand, but that's not what football is. Sometimes you got to run the ball. Sometimes you got to kick a field goal.
Sometimes you gotta kick-
everything. Like that's the game. That's the game. That's the most important thing is the ball. So, in any situation, of course you would want to, but I know we practiced something and we executed it in practice, and we just didn't seem to this day. So I would never go against, kind of like what the call was.
Shedeur got that 90s leather
Then
on.
why did you take him
That
off the
leather.
field?
Yeah, look at him.
So I think everyone who saw that play knows that was not exactly how it was drawn up. So I don't know what happened there, but I do want to announce that Stefanski did say that Shedeur will be the starter for the rest of the season.
What, duh?
Go.
So, well, duh, but
What
it's
did
not.
he do?
It's not
Come
duh
on,
from
man.
Stefanski.
Shocking.
I would
Bench
not be
Stefanski
shocked.
ass.
But Skip, I need to know, what was your
Yeah.
reaction to him taking Shedeur out on that 2-point conversion?
That was the last straw.
Tell him.
Yes.
Done.
Tell him, Skip.
Kevin Stefanski should have been fired last night.
Yep.
He will be fired at the end of this season. He did not want Shedeur in the first place. He has tried everything in his power to keep Shedeur from succeeding this entire football season, to the point of sabotage. That was pure sabotage yet again, as he made Shedeur take the trot of shame, as I call it. You make him, you force him off the field for a play that he would have made because he'd been making that play for the entire game. And Kevin Stefanski just didn't want Shedeur Sanders to be the hero of that game. He said, I'll do anything in my power to keep you out of the spotlight here. You got us to the edge of the spotlight. You're not going to seize the spotlight from me, not on my watch. And he took him out and went Wildcat again, and it was obviously an embarrassing abomination of a play. So the big picture yesterday was that with his career on the line, Shedeur Sanders played a game of his life, throwing for 364 yards. He showed you why he should have been the first overall pick in the draft, because he outplayed Cam Ward head-to-head. I said it before the draft, and I'm going to say it again. Shedeur is just a better all-around. I like Cam Ward, but I love Shedeur. Shedeur is a better thrower of the football than Cam Ward will ever be. Cam competes. I got it. He's a little more athletic than Shedeur, but Shedeur has sneaky athleticism that was on display yesterday. Athletic mobility, because he ran for a touchdown from 7 yards out that showed you in the red zone what he can do with his legs as well as his arm. He had thrown 2 red zone touchdown passes, 1 yard and 7 yards. He showed you touch and feel that he has, because he's just gifted. He's got it. He's got the whole passing package, the whole moving in the pocket package. He's it. He's who Cleveland has been looking for. So after he demonstrates in the red zone what he can do, after he brings the Cleveland Browns back, as they played as a football team, lousy game against a 1-11 team. They're getting a punt blocked. Their little Dylan Sampson fumbled. They kept putting Shedeur in hole after hole. They're down 14-3. They're down 31-17 with 5 minutes left. And he goes 66 yards in 5 plays to cut it to 31-23. Then he goes 80 yards in 7 clutch plays to cut it to 31-29. And right on schedule, here we went again, and it just made me want to vomit in my living room. Seriously, just made me want to vomit, because Stefanski did it to him again, and you let little Quinshawn Judkins run some bizarre Wildcat trick play. You ran a trick play.
We do have the video. Let's watch it, because we got a comment.
This was a
What
mess.
in
Yeah.
Looks like he just forgot to pitch it.
Yeah, I don't know
what's going
Gotta
on?
go right.
He didn't know. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to do that. Oh, maybe I'll throw it back.
Away.
Oh, so bad.
Oh,
That's
What?
Yeah. That's,
What was
that's
That
a
over
nightmare.
keeping Shedeur in? That's
Yeah.
what you went with?
It looked like they had run it one time in practice and Judkins forgot what to do.
Right.
That's what it looked like. And that's the play you called. And I'm sure when it got called in the huddle, Judkins was like, huh? Seriously?
Yeah, that's what you wanna
We're
run?
going to do this? So, again, Shedeur had the hot hand. Shedeur was having a hot game. Shedeur would have converted the two-point play if you'd kept the ball in Shedeur's hands. Shedeur is who they have been looking for, and Kevin Stefanski is not who they've been looking for. You got to get him out of Shedeur's hair, out of his way, out of his sight, out of his mind, so that Shedeur can continue to rise and shine and be the quarterback that he showed you he can be yesterday.
Yeah.
I hated everything about it, man. As a defensive player, I think you scored a touchdown, you kicked the extra point.
Right.
Then y'all come down, score another touchdown on us. We have no momentum. We are on our heels. Then you go for the 2 and win it. Or if you ain't feeling it, you kick another extra point, go to overtime at home. We don't have no momentum. So I know the analytics say one thing, but come on, man. Analytics not calculating the mind of a defensive player. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. You go for it, you don't get it, you score another touchdown. Now we got to get this one, right? You take Shedeur out after he in his bag, 365, 4 touchdowns, and you take one rookie out, bam. You put the ball in another rookie hands, Judkins. He gonna run it, he gonna pitch it to another rookie, Larvadale, and then he gonna throw it to another. So you want every fucking rookie on the field except for Shedeur.
That's right.
Then you got a backup tackle running the over route. That's what we came up with for the game? Are you saving? Yeah. That's your best 2-point play. You can't be saving your best 2-point play because you ain't going to the playoffs. So it ain't like you saving them. We're going to save our best shit for the playoffs. I just can't, bro. Like, you take your hottest rookie out and let every other rookie on the field touch the bitch.
Yeah, and Larvadane's undrafted, like he's just some guy.
You feel me? Yeah. So he gonna touch the ball and Shedeur can't touch it. He gonna throw it to Fannin and you gonna start it in his hand. Like, bro, I just can't. If that was Jackson Dart and he had 365, 4 touchdowns, DeBow putting it in his hand.
Oh, you got
no doubt.
If that was Cam Ward with 365, 4 touchdowns, Mike McCoy putting it in his hands. I don't give a fuck what we practice in practice.
No doubt.
We run the play, put it in his hand. If that was Tyler Shuck,
we saw what he did.
Kellen Moore gonna put it in his hand.
Yeah, he would.
If that was fucking Dylan Gabriel, Stefanski would have put the ball in his hand.
No doubt.
And I don't care for what we practice.
No doubt.
You cooking like this, I'm putting it in your hands.
Yep.
So this shit clear as day, man.
It is.
It's clear as day, man.
After that, that's a fireable offense.
It's pitiful, man.
You pass up the
Being
point.
a fireable.
You go for 2 twice. They have the fumbled snap and then that play right there. Shedeur is dealing, right? Shedeur is the entire offense. They can't really get the run game going. The defense is usually great. They can't really stop the run game. Shedeur is dealing all over the field. You pull him out of the game. Last week, they tried to do that with Fannin. They tried to do the little tush push, the little sneak with Fannin.
Turnover.
He fumbles it.
Fumbled it.
Leave your best playmaker on the field. Let him continue making plays. Now, as defensive guys, right, if it's a 2-point play and they pull Shedeur off the field and they got Judkins back there, what are you guys looking for? You guys are looking for the run or the trick play, right? So everybody's antennas up, right? Okay, either Judkins going to run that thing downhill or it's going to be some trickeration shit, right? Leave Shedeur in the game. Give yourself a chance to score. Even if the play's not there, it's not schemed up, maybe he can run it in. Maybe he can make a miraculous play. But go out riding and dying with that Judkins reverse pass, all that bullshit, no. Stefanski's done in Cleveland. He's supposed to be this great offensive mind, and he's got it going there a little bit. They got the run game going. But look how many quarterbacks they've been through. Yeah. Look how many failures that have come through there. And that's the biggest indictment on Stefanski. He's supposed to be a quarterback whisperer. He's supposed to be this great offensive mind. Well, every season they get down, they lose a bunch of games, and he has to hand over play calling duties. And then you look at Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, now he was young and he was pressing too much and he was trying to make things things going. But the reason he was pressing was Stefanski couldn't develop him. So I think this is a thing where, Cleveland, they've been down in the dumps forever. They haven't been playing great. They finally have their quarterback in Shedeur. Get Stefanski out of there. Go get a great young offensive mind to come in, develop Shedeur, get some more pieces on the outside, get that run game going, and get this thing going in the right direction. Because another year, Stefanski, it's going to be another 2 or 3 win year, and you're going to waste Shedeur in his prime, and then where you at? Do the reset now.
They bring Stefanski back, they're going to burn that stadium down. I promise you.
If I was a Brown fan, I'd burn that shit down.
They're going to burn that stadium down.
By the way, you did play there.
You got to go, brother. You got to go, man. First off, as a head coach, your job is to put your team in the best situations to win football games. You're not doing that. You're putting them in the exact opposite. Now, going to specifically Shedeur in the game. 14 points. The first one you come down and cut it to 1 score, you go for 2, which was dumb. That was just dumb. Then he come back 80-yard drive, and you put your running back in there to play quarterback. You take your quarterback out, you put your running back in there to play quarterback. Like, what sense does that make? You got to go, like you said, Rich. You got to go, man. You're not helping your team. You're damn near sabotaging. And, you can't have it. You bring them back, it's just going to cause more confusion, and it's going to be disaster. It's going to be disaster. Now, I will say, as good as a game Shedeur played, you damn near thought the Browns won. Like, I forgot they lost the game.
That was a win for them.
I literally forgot they lost the game. I was about to come in with Skip with my Brown shit on. I said, hey, we didn't even win the game. We lost. What? We lost. So that just tells you what Shedeur brings to the city.
Yeah.
Forget the city. The whole NFL was standing up watching Shedeur play.
Yeah.
Right? He stood tall in the pocket. He throws as pretty as a ball in snow and slush. And the ball was just beautiful. The way he threw the Judy
that was a laser.
That was
right now bang.
He couldn't drop that one.
Right now bang.
Right now bang.
That
was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Listen to that advice.
Yeah, so I agree with everybody on this panel. Like, Stefanski, you got to go. You don't deserve another job anywhere in this league, whether it's quarterback coach, coordinator, or nothing. You need to go down to college or maybe high school for what you're doing to this team, man. And that's point blank period, man. I'm done. I'm done. I'm like Skip, man.
Hey, and on Friday, Skip, we said that Shedeur needed a performance that showed that I'm what the city been looking for.
Yes.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
And
You called 2, and it was too early.
I
had him for 250.
I had him for 222 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And we were like, dang, 250. That's
It wasn't
good.
like he was getting a ton of support with the other guys. They didn't get the run game going.
Right.
It was kind of hard. I mean, that was all on Shedeur. That was him making plays, showing off his arm talent, showing off his mobility.
Ripped through the sleeve.
Yeah, I mean that's
cold.
all you need to see. And then you look at it, what's holding him back? It's Stefanski and his poor decision making.
I bet you it's a lot of coordinators or coaches around the league was looking like, hey, shit, we can win with Shedeur.
Thank you.
A lot of people looked and saw that and said, hey, we can win with bro. For
I
real.
just want him to get a good
Maybe
coordinator.
he belongs somewhere else before this is over.
Nah, man. He need to stay in Cleveland. He need to bring us back. We need Shedeur in the city.
That's the type
Browns-
of situation he
Yeah.
won't, though.
Yeah.
He don't want to go to the front runner. He want to go to a situation like that and flip that around and have that.
That's
popping.
great.
That's just what
That's
type of
you
guy
call
he
greatness.
What coach does Shedeur need?
He needs a young offensive mind. I don't know if you go young offensive mind for the head coach, but you got to get a young offensive mind that's creative, that can see what Shedeur does well, play to his strengths. See the whole offense kind of at 50,000 feet. What do the receivers do well? What does the offensive line do well? How can we get a run game that complements Shedeur's skills the best? I mean, Joe Brady, someone out of the McVay tree. Joe Brady's probably gonna get a head coaching job. But I just want to see some creativity, and I want to see someone come in and say, Shedeur's our guy. No more fucking around.
Yeah.
No more Dylan Gabriel. No more, veteran Band-Aid. Shedeur's our guy. He's our guy going forward. Let's build around him.
Yeah, and it's very important you find somebody who truly believes in Shedeur, because there are a bunch of people out there who'll say it, but they don't really believe it.
Right. 100%. Yeah, I mean, that's the NFL. You always say it. It's the good old boys league.
It is.
There's a lot of people out there that want to see Shedeur fail. So you got to bring a guy in that 100% bought in on Shedeur, bought in on all the antics, the personality and the swagger and all that stuff.
All that.
A guy that can come in and understand Shedeur, understand the bigger picture with who he is off the field, and then a guy that can come in and build around him and get some creativity and get some shifts and some motions and some run game and some quick screens and some draws. You know, draw up the whole thing and build it around Shedeur. 100% believe in him, give him confidence, and let him go out there and roll.
And trust me on this,
younger coach.
it wasn't Kevin Stefanski who announced that Shedeur will start the rest of the year. That came from the owner.
Oh, 100%.
That was the owner saying, Jimmy Haslam, who does like Shedeur and does like his father. And I was happy to see his father was there, and they hugged on the sideline before the game.
Too.
It,
There ain't
it
nothing
was
like
cool.
playing post.
It was very. It just felt right.
I think if I'm Jimmy Haslam and I'm sitting back and I'm looking at this thing, I'm going to look at one thing. Okay, so we have 2 rookie draft picks. We go Dillon Gabriel, we go Shedeur, right? We start off the season with Joe Flacco. Offense looks like trash. They couldn't move the ball. Joe looked old and archaic and 1 foot out the door. Now Joe goes to Cincinnati, has a ton of success. They're running simple concept. Flacco's dealing the ball. He looks awesome. Then we get to Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel is a pocket passer. You know, he wants to keep everything short, wants to keep everything around the line of scrimmage, but still wasn't able to crack through. Now you have Shedeur. Shedeur has a statement game. If I'm Jimmy, I'm sitting back and I'm asking Stefanski, why was this not our guy sooner? We have 3 wins. We're completely out of it, and now we have our guy. So where the fuck are we? We are nowhere.
Yeah.
First 300-yard passing from a rookie.
In a long time.
Come on now.
And-
Yeah.
And I keep on looking at Clint Kubiak, man. I ain't gonna lie.
cool.
Okay.
I love that.
He a young guy.
I love that.
He been around us. He was there when we was around
Yep.
him. He good with personalities.
Yeah.
And he got the fucking Seahawks clocking. Every time you
does.
look at
Yeah.
Seahawks, they
Yeah.
drop 38.
Yeah,
Right.
you could make him the head coach and let him
Exactly, and let him, let him coordinate and let him, they'd be locked in
They
for a
would
long
be.
time.
I like
At least
that.
3-4 years, you know what I'm saying? So I keep on saying, cool, man, it's time.
Yeah.
He been around success for the last 4 or 5 years, man. So, hey.
He could build a whole system for Shedeur.
Man,
You know,
it's
the
in
wide
his
zone, the
blood.
play action, the naked, get Shedeur out a little
Exactly.
bit.
That's what he does
Nice
best.
mobile,
Off
that's
that
what
play
he does.
action. That play action, he gonna light people
He got a
up.
line who
Yes.
can tote this outside zone. Yeah, hey, man.
Yeah.
They do got to get line help for sure.
But they toting right now, for real. They ain't told last night, but for the
No,
most part, Junkins been running the ball, bro.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
they can run the ball, and that's the thing
A lot
that
of
kind of
yards
missed
after
me about
contact.
Stefanski is he's creative in the run game. You watch the run game; they do give the defense a bunch of different looks, and they're able to get chunks of yards. And then it comes to the pass game, and it's just so basic, and it's half-field reads, and it's just not conducive to getting a young quarterback involved in the game and then giving him a
Do you
chance at
think
success.
Tommy Reese is held back by Stefanski even still now? Do you think he can open it up and
Well,
Of course.
Stefanski said it in his press conference. Well, who called that play? I did. It's on me.
Right.
He did.
I called it.
Yeah.
I don't want everything got to go through me.
Right.
He said it right there. So Tommy Reese just got the tag, bro.
Right.
He yay or nay and everything.
You're the head coach. It's your offense, but every season for the last couple seasons, you have to hand over the keys to the offense coordinator. He's not calling his own plays. That's Stefanski. That's Stefanski in the headset, 3rd and short. Hey, we're going
for
here. Hey,
sure,
we're doing
yeah.
this. Hey, we're going to run this bullshit
I think Reese-
reverse
I think
with
Reese
Judkins.
messed with-
Annexation of Puerto Rico.
Because if Tommy Reese
Motherfucker
called
ran the
that,
annexation of Puerto Rico, bruh. Like,
if-
what the fuck is he? Hey,
if Tommy Reese calls that and that doesn't work, he's fired.
I
exactly.
think Tommy Reese really messed with Shedeur. And given the leash would get off him, I think he could do a good job with him, honestly. But he just got Stefanski on that leash. Like,
It's guardrails.
bet not.
It's tough.
Would you guys ever see Dion going to Cleveland?
No.
Deion don't
I've said
want
this
that stress.
Before, I know for a fact Shedeur doesn't want that.
doesn't want it, yeah.
He wants to just
Shine in his own
he
light.
just wants to grow up and become his own young man, and he should.
Yeah.
You know, Deion coached him since he was like peewee football.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Deion doesn't want the
Yeah,
NFL
nah,
circus
man.
and the drama. You know, you can run a college program. You know, you're basically like a dictator. You dictate everything.
Exactly.
You run everything. In the NFL, there's a lot of oversight. There's a lot of Jimmy Haslam stepping in, and it's just such a different animal. I think
is.
Deion would
And
just
then
have
Prime
a ton of
just-
success.
He wanna
He's
watch
too
his son,
competitive
yeah.
to just leave Colorado where it's at.
I agree.
He's trying to get
Yeah.
them to the college football
He is.
playoff so he can. I told you this what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he ain't done there yet. He trying
Yeah.
to finish his job there.
So,
Yeah.
And then you just want to watch your son play. You want to watch your son, succeed, without you. Because at the end of the day, you, as a father, you teach and you install these things in your children to see them develop without you. at some point they have to leave the nest, right? And I just want to come Sundays and watch the games and watch my son ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me sum this up by driving home the point how impressive Shedeur was yesterday, because, again, Cleveland was favored to win the game, and the Browns, I mentioned this earlier, but they really played a lousy football game as a team,
Right.
except for him.
I mean, that
So
defense
he had
getting
to,
31 up.
It was terrible. The defense gave up 184 yards rushing.
Right.
They couldn't stop the
184.
run.
Crazy.
That's
What-
just
Yeah.
Pollard ain't had a
Special
game
teams
like
was a
that.
disaster again.
Like look how Shedeur had what he had to overcome. They defer, so the ball's kicked to the Browns. The kid returns it to the 15. So Shedeur goes out and it's 15, and they go -4 run on the first play, 3-yard run. So now it's 3rd and 11, and Harold comes through unblocked and sacks Shedeur. So that's how you started. And before you look up, it's 14-3 Tennessee, and I thought they were going to get run out of the building.
Yeah.
And here he came, and here he came. It shows you resilience. It shows you poise. It shows you self-belief. You can't underestimate how great Shedeur was, top to bottom yesterday, start to finish. That was a statement game by that young man.
Great
Yeah.
performance.
You called it, Skip.
Well,
Said it.
I do have a little follow-up question, though, because I
Okay.
know we all believe in Shedeur, but what is it going to take for the Browns? Because obviously Deshaun Watson just came back, and a lot of the mock drafts, which I know you said are bullshit, but had them picking a QB
know,
next
they
year.
do.
Yeah.
So what's the draft look like next year for the Browns? You think they're going to really ride with Shedeur, not pick a QB?
They got 2 firsts, so
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
two
they got
first.
two
and-
first.
I've got to be a dog receiver.
Gotta be a
So
dog
I think they need an
lineman.
O-line and a
tackle and a
receiver.
receiver.
Right.
yep.
But
Yeah.
you can remake that thing real quick. Okay, Shedeur's our guy. Let's use those top 2 overall picks to support him. Let's go get some real talent.
But
We'll
you
go
think
best.
they'll actually do that? They love to rotate quarterbacks.
Well,
every
that's
And
the
they got
thing, right?
2. They got Watson
and
and
Shedeur.
That's one performance, but if he keeps stacking performances like this, like, yeah,
No question.
Right, that's what,
way,
that's what
if
he's
he
got to do
created
the rest of the
yourself, yeah,
season.
yeah.
You
He's
let
got to keep
him
playing at a high
and
level.
Deshaun come in and battle for whoever gonna start. That's what you do.
if he
Yeah.
And
play,
you
if,
get them both support and help.
I mean, to put
And
in
get somebody on that back end and for that defensive secondary. They need some safety, man.
seriously, to put in perspective, he's with the first Browns quarterback with 300+ yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rush touchdown since 1950.
God,
Oh, my
dog,
God.
since Jim Brown,
75 years.
Otto Graham them.
That is.
Like, you don't just do that. So
Yep.
hopefully, listen, fire Stefanski, get a wide receiver, get an O lineman, and keep Shedeur.
they got 2
okay?
dog tight ends, like
Yeah.
they got a
Fanning
solid-
him,
Things
boy.
can be
Fanning,
different.
Yeah,
Fanning.
Things
nice.
can be different.
Fanning.
Him.
Nice.
And he got that dog.
Yeah,
They got a
he does.
great rookie class, like man,
They do. Well, they're going to have the defensive rookie of the year.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
he looked like me my rookie year out there.
Judkins is a stud too. That
Yeah,
kid,
they
that
got the
kid
run
runs
game
hard.
going. They got
Graham a stud on
Yeah,
the
they
big
got-
line.
they
got-
They
they've
going
But
got
that ain't
some
never
good
been the
pieces.
problem. It ain't never been all this. It's been the quarterback. And Cole.
All right. 95% of the chat says fire Stefanski.
Oh, man.
95.
Never been that high.
Chat is
We
smart.
never get that high.
Never been
Okay.
95%.
What's up with that 5, yo?
I know. You guys are confused.
That's what my problem is.
All right, guys, we got to move on because we got to talk about Josh Allen and Joe Burrow because they gave us another
Man.
classic, absolute performance in
Hey,
a
that was a
blizzard.
thing, boy.
That's football team or a fan's dream right there. So Josh Allen was Superman. 300 total yards, 4 touchdowns, and Burrow himself, he had a pretty good game up until he had 4 passing touchdowns. That's insane. This man just came back, but 2 late interceptions. One returned for a pick 6 from Christian Bedford. And Skip, how much do you blame Joe Burrow for that loss?
You know, I know you love him.
I do.
I love him. Maybe I don't have any objectivity, but I don't blame him one bit for that loss. I really don't, because until 5 minutes remained in that game, Joe Burrow had played an all-time amazing game in the snow against that team and that other quarterback up at Buffalo.
I thought the deal was sealed.
Well, it felt like it because they're up 28-25 with 5 minutes left. Remember, that team was 1-8 without him. Remember, that defense was by far the worst defense in pro football and still is, except for his presence, lifting that defense up. 28-25 with 5 minutes left was miraculous to me, just simply miraculous. And Joe Burrow made one bizarre, crazy mistake. It's a corner blitz, and he decides he's just going to pop pass it almost push pass it to Chase
didn't have it.
over the DB who's blitzing, and he doesn't get a handle on the ball, so he palm pushes it. He like just pushes it with his
Shot
palm.
put it.
Yeah, it's like a little quick shot put, and he doesn't get it up high enough, and Christian Benford leaps, and he said after the game, they're taught not to jump in that situation, but he leaped right on time and picks it out of the sky, and nobody's home, and it's a pick six. And then you come back on the very next play, and you just get a bad break. To me, a tipped interception is just a bad break.
Yep.
It gets tipped, and it goes up in the air, and God knows where it's going to go. And it went to a Bill. And you're cooked, man. But here came, it didn't bother Joe a bit because here he comes right back at you, and,
Right
and
back.
he drives them right down, 60 yards in 4 plays. And T. Higgins one-hands it in the end
Oh,
zone.
my
And all of a
gosh.
sudden,
Stunning.
it's a game again until on 3rd and 15, Superman goes Superman again and takes off running. And if you can't stop him when he needs 15 yards to ice the game, then you're going to lose for sure. And he iced the game. So Superman took over in the end. But I'm not going to blame Joe Burrow because there's no way they would have been in position to do this without Joe Burrow. That's just me.
I'm with you, Skip. I give him a little bit of the blame because the first INT, that was him. You know what I'm saying? You got it, don't got it. You just can't throw it right to. You got to get it higher. You got to do something. That's on you.
Well, he just didn't have the handle. He just didn't get it
yeah,
up.
if you ain't got
Like,
the handle,
get
don't throw
the handle.
motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't got the handle, take the sack. You playing so damn good, don't do nothing like that. That's out of character for you, Joe. You know what I'm saying? So the next one, tip pass, is what it is. But I'm gonna blame the damn defense. I'm with you, Skip. Yeah, you go back to your old ways. You take out the 1 touchdown, that's 7 points. You give up 32 points, and you give up a 4th and 15. That's gonna put Joe back on the field to go get another bucket.
Yeah.
This
You know
is
what I'm saying?
it.
So it's just, I'm blaming the defense, bro. Hey, man, it's 25% Joe, 75% that fucking defense.
Yeah.
Went back to their old ways.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I agree with Skip. I agree with you, Aqib. I think Joe Burrow came out lights out, right? I knew he's going to bring a spark back to the team, but not that good, right? They're going up and down the field on Buffalo. It's in the snow. Buffalo's a tough place to play.
As you know.
It's a tough place to play. In the cold, in the snow up there, in Buffalo, in that environment. This kind of reminded me of the 2022 AFC divisional game where Cincinnati went up there and got a win. I felt like Cincinnati found their footing in the snow before Buffalo, and they were able to jump out to a lead. Yesterday, Cincinnati's rolling. Buffalo, it's like, oh man, are they going to drop this game? And the interception to Benford, I mean, it's a freak play. You know, get a little air on it, throw it away. You know, there's a million things you could say to do on Monday. And then the tip pass, that was just that's helter skelter. It's just that thing gets tipped and it goes up. It comes down to the defense. The defense has been letting Joe Burrow and the Bengals down for years now. For years, they got rid of Lou Anarumo. He goes to Indy. They got a solid defense. That's it. You know, it's kind of a lost year for him, but this is an encouraging sign for the Bengals. They got Joe B back, and he's cooking at a high level.
They just need some defensive.
Less than 20%, man. Like, that whole game, Smoking Joe, he wasn't missing nothing.
No.
Wasn't missing nothing. Then you got Benford. He been wearing his rabbit foot for the last 2 weeks.
Benford's
He
been
got
playing
2
well.
touchdowns.
He does.
And he just picked last week, touchdown last week, pick and a touchdown this week. You know, he been playing lights out. You know, that's a play that really doesn't happen often. And then the tip pick, the ball can go anyway. That's football gods for you. But the second down play where you have a free runner and you let the quarterback go 40 yards for a touchdown, like 52. I don't know your name. I'm not even going to say your name. But
He 52 today.
You 52. You might be something else by the end of this year. But you have to make that tackle, man. And where's the rest of the defense antennas? Something's going on for 5, 6, 7 seconds. You start looking for the ball if you in man coverage. We got to rally and get to the football at some point. He ran, and nobody even noticed he was running downfield.
Yeah.
No.
Like, no one on the defense noticed he was running downfield.
On the corner never turned.
Corner didn't want to make no tackle. Cause that's what you call playing buddy with the receiver.
Yeah.
You know you getting ran off. You know you getting ran off, man. At some point, turn around and look for the ball carrier. And then the 3rd and 15 at the end of the game, Smoking Joe comes right back after the interception and scores. T. Higgins was a pass interference they didn't even call. And then you get them in 3rd and long, get off the field. You know Joe gonna come back down and score and put y'all in the lead. You can't even get off the. You have him surrounded, and you can't get off the field on 3rd and 15. He runs again for another big game. Game time.
Like, you don't know he going to
Like, come
But he
on
had
now.
just done it too. So it's
Come
like,
on now.
you
Like,
knew-
where's your antennas at? And the defense definitely deserved most of that blame. So they're going to get 80%, 85%. I got 15 to 20 with Joe Burrow, man, because I haven't seen a performance like that from a quarterback all year. Period.
Seriously.
The football gods just are never in their favor. I'm watching Bengals games, and like I honorary love them, and I'm like, every time it's the closest game. And they just lose.
Yeah.
They know how to
you
lose.
Burrow and the boys
those
could go
close
put up
games.
35, 40, 44 points and
And-
still lose.
Like in the Bears game this year, I mean, it's just like they just know how to
Even
lose.
the rest, they was
Yeah.
giving up the tight ends. Knox and Kincaid was killing them.
Yeah.
KK, they was killing them.
Yeah.
And then they was letting guys go, and you got somebody covered, you let him go and go. Like, what are we doing here? Where are the fundamentals of football?
I know, but where have they been all year? Because they've been really bad all year.
Man, but we thought they had a resurgence, man. We
Well,
thought, but not.
It was solid 2 weeks in a row, but
We talked about this before, but that defense is going to get Zach Taylor fired. I don't know if it's this season or
Yeah.
next season, but they play like this
I don't
next
think they'll
season.
fire him.
Well, not this season, but give him another year because obviously Joe's cooking. He's an offensive guy, but if that defense plays anywhere near like they do this year, it's
They're not
time
gonna
for a
play
reset.
like that. Joe Burrow, because he gonna put too many points up on teams.
They penny pinch. They're going to
comes
keep
down
him
to ownership. You can look at a couple teams throughout the NFL, and you can directly trace their.
It's ownership.
Yeah,
now.
you can directly trace it back to ownership. Ownership being
The
cheap.
Brown- yeah.
Ownership putting Trey Hendricks through
Yeah.
he's your stud player, right? He's
Well, they're
your
just
best player
cheap.
ever.
They're-
They didn't want to pay
They
their
promise
first
to
round
pay you
pick.
something.
They
They don't.
never
by
want
the
to
way,
pay
he's not
anybody.
playing,
It's
so-
a
He's not playing, but I think that kind of permeates the entire rest of the organization. Like, hey, this guy's done everything right. He's a good dude. He works hard,
Yeah.
and they won't pay him. Like, what are they gonna give me? I'm the 53rd guy on the roster. If I go out there and have a Pro Bowl season, I got to fight him for every penny. It's one of those things
It's
where
not going to get any better.
The Bengals
Even
are
when
like
Mike
that.
Brown is gone, his daughter's going to get it, and they're going to be just as
beyond
cheap.
like the head coach. It goes to your position coaches. Because what they're teaching is what's ingrained. So you have defensive players, you're not sticking to your players in man coverage. You're not staying in your zone relating to that goes to the minute coaches. So you got to look at, the head coach, he is the, putting everything in the game in the factor that way. But what are these position coaches teaching their linebackers? What is the secondary coach teaching the safeties and corners? Yep. What are they teaching the D-line? Because as you know, we with those guys every day for most of the day.
Yep.
And if you don't have a good guy like that teaching you what you need to do, ins and outs, day in and day out, then as a whole, you're going to be shitty.
Yeah. I think you look at the Bengals over the last couple of years, they made the Super Bowl run, but their issues have been glaring and they have not gotten fixed. Offensive line can't protect Joe, and the defense gives up way too many points. So at what point are we going to say, hey, listen, we got a generational quarterback talent here. When are we going to change that? When are we going to address the O-line? When are we going to bring in the right guys? When are we going to draft the right offensive lineman to run Zach's scheme? Because what Zach wants to do is Zach wants to spread them out. He wants to go 5-on-5 up front, and you have to be very talented to be able to hold up 5 offensive linemen versus 5 pass rushers.
Too much scheme teaching. You teaching the scheme, you teaching the playbook, but you're not teaching fundamentals. Now I got to Tampa, we taught the playbook. This is how you run cover 4. This is what we running in 3. You take 5 steps to the numbers. You backpedal in cover 2. But what are the fundamentals being taught within the scheme? A lot of coaches don't do that, and you see that with undisciplined teams and defenses. It's terrible. I hate watching it because I know what's up. I hate watching it.
I'm actually surprised. The chat is 50-50 on it was Joe Burrow's fault, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Wow.
So they're kind of putting on Joe. I do want to talk
By
about.
the way, on Joe Burrow, if right now I could have any quarterback to start a team, I'm still taking Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I'm still taking him. Because
Ooh.
you could just see
That's a hot take.
Huh?
I might.
No, you know what,
I
Skip?
would
I
also
feel you
step
on
up.
that because you were gassing him up a couple weeks ago when he was coming back. I'm looking at it like, okay, Cincinnati, the defense stinks, the offensive line stinks, but then to see Joe Burrow come back
Look what
and
he
play
did,
at
how
that,
he lifted the ship, man. I mean,
lifted
it's
them
like,
all. So
God,
yeah,
it was
Yeah, he had.
I mean,
and
he's in my top
with no
3.
one around him. It's tough. Obviously, he's got his receivers, but now let's talk about Buffalo, you guys, because we've had some question marks about Buffalo all year long. I
Yep.
feel like everybody's kind of 50-50 if they're sold on them. They're now 9-4, okay? And Josh Allen been proven time and time again that he can be Superman. So even his own coach, Sean McDermott, said he's amazed at watching him. So check out what he had to say.
You guys are so damn tough. So damn tough. No quitting this football team. And in 17, I don't know what play that was supposed to be, but you did a hell of a job.
Superman.
Put the ball down, that was it. Put the ball down. Hey, I'm serious, what we talked about last night, man. Going through adversity, you learn a lot about yourself and what you can become. And you come out on the other side stronger and better because of it, and that toughness element is undefeated, man, in football and in life. Don't ever forget that, man. Super proud of you guys, all 3 phases. Everyone, great organizational win right here. Hey, we didn't ride the wave, right? Hey, we didn't ride the wave. We stayed here, right? Stay chill, stay calm, believe in ourselves and in one another. Victory Monday. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Dang. And I had thought
He called it Victory Monday.
He called it.
The best words in the NFL.
Man,
Victory
look,
Monday.
Them may be the worst words if you want to win a chip.
You got to give the boys a break.
And look, if you want to win a chip, you rest at the end of the season.
Yeah. I had thought Deion Dawkins was going to be out this game, but he recovered quick.
He came back.
He
yeah,
was
he's
in,
a
and that
stud.
was a big difference.
It was.
You
That
just
was-
had an interview, both of you,
Yep.
before the show with Deion Dawkins.
Yeah.
So check that also out, you guys, because he was so fun.
He's awesome.
Listening to that interview, I'm
boy.
like, he's such a cool guy.
Yeah.
And so give him some love because he's an incredible tackle. But, TJ, I need to know, are you really sure that Buffalo can't win the AFC? Are we sure?
I'm damn sure.
Really?
Yeah, I'm damn sure. Because we know after them Superman performances, now I love the performance. I love football, so I like to see, those type of performances from Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. It just makes the game so much better. But we've seen after those Superman performances, the Clark Kent comes back the next week, right? So right now they're 9-4. Denver's 11-2. New England's 11-2. Jacksonville's 9-4. The Chargers are 8-4. They probably be 9-4 after the night, right? So they have all those teams to jump ahead of. They got New England this week.
Oof.
I don't see a Superman performance against a defense like New England. Lieb, you just said, disciplined defense, stay in their lanes, contain the quarterback, have a good secondary, disciplined linebackers, a great defensive play caller, Mike Vrabel as the head coach. I don't see all this happening against that defense like it just happened against the Bengals. He had to be Superman +1 to get the win this week against a terrible defense. He did it.
He did.
But it barely. Barely. Do you see that happening against the Eagles? Do you see that happening against New England? I don't see it happening. Now, even if he's his Superman, that defense has a hold up. It's a team game at the end of the day, and they can't hold up against anybody. They have.
That's what I think.
If the Bengals have the worst defense in the league, the Bills got the second worst. And you can't do nothing without a good defense, especially late in the season and going into the playoffs.
And I'm gonna say I'm not sure. I don't know. I think if he goes Superman 2 straight games at the right time, then shit, they can beat anybody in the AFC. You know what I'm saying? So
Right time, right place.
it's the right time. So it's just a toss-up. Like Bub said, is he gonna be Superman or is he gonna be Clark Kent? So if you in that boat, we don't know who gonna come out the locker room. So how can I be sure that they not gonna win in AFC? I don't know. I'm definitely not sure. But I'm sure if that defense give up 35 points a game, they not gonna win the AFC. If they don't get some type of help outside, if Coleman don't start balling in the playoffs, Shakir, somebody, they need some type of help outside. They not gonna win the AFC. So they need a little help. He need a little help. Even Superman get a little help. He got a Superwoman. She come say today sometimes.
Got the dog. You seen the new one? Got the little mutt.
Get a little mutt.
He's a dog.
Yeah,
with
the
him.
little
You know what I'm saying? So
mutt dog.
he gonna need some type of help. But hey, they right there, man. If Skip big on the odds and shit, what they probably got. Now that the Chiefs is out, they probably got Buffalo with the best odds to win it, right? They probably number one.
Right at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably at the
with
top.
you guys.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Oh, the Broncos up there? Are we up there, Skip?
Yeah, you're up there.
Oh, shit. You know
You got the best.
Why
What about
are you
Jacksonville?
surprised by that?
I'm just saying they don't show us no love. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Buffalo always got a chance, man. They're explosive. They showed one game that, shit, we could tote the ball. We could run the same play 30 times and get off as well. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, they explosive. They're a good team. They just find a way to lose.
Sixth.
So
ranked,
sure.
best odds.
So you
That's good.
unsure?
He's on the fence.
I'm on the fence, man. I can't say I'm sure they're not going to win it. She said, "Are you sure they're not going to win the AFC?" I said, "Shit, I'm not sure. They might
won't win it. Okay.
They might
Well,
they might
still got
catch
my
fire
chance.
and
Yeah,
pop
she
everything."
said, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Quarterback like that, man, he always got a chance. So who knows?
When number 17 is on the field, they always have a shot to win.
Simple as
he
that.
is Superman. That guy is special. They're limited on the outside right now. They got Shakir, they got Keon Coleman, they got a bunch of role players. They really don't have a true alpha outside number 1 wide receiver. But what they do have is the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL.
Yeah.
James Cook is potent. They've really
He's been fumbling the
He fought
ball.
bad now.
Josh Allen is the reason that they got the number 1 rushing attack.
But James Cook has been eating, and that offensive line, when healthy, they've been grinding people up, right? The 2 big question marks are the receivers and the defense. But what balances all that out and what answers all those questions is number 17 and Josh Allen. When they get hot and when he is rolling, they have a chance to win it all. Now, it's been up and down over the years, and their poison has always been Kansas City. Now Kansas City's out of the way. We got the Denvers, we got the Patriots, we got all the teams. Those are great teams, but I will take Buffalo any given Sunday to get a win as long as Josh Allen is standing and breathing.
So are you picking Buffalo to win the AFC right now?
I picked Buffalo to win the Super Bowl before the
Oh,
season.
you did? Okay,
I think they-
congratulations. Then you're good.
I think that they can win the
First
AFC.
time in
I think if they play it at their absolute best, I think if they get everything going, they get the run game going, Josh is able to distribute the ball down the field, right? Defense
That
has to come
defense.
up. The defense is battered with injuries. Joey Bosa going down. He was really the only guy that was giving them a pass rush. The defense will be their limiting factor. That's 100%.
hamstrings, I
I feel like we've seen this Superman type of situation
Man,
before. I don't
look.
want to keep always talking
I
about
know
the lead
one thing
and the chip
about Buffalo.
But we've seen the original
They also know
Superman.
how to lose.
They gonna build.
We seen the original Superman. We seen Cam come do everything, be all world with a cold ass
Number
defense.
2 defense.
He
next
had a
to us.
cold ass defense, but he ain't had that work outside.
No.
And Wade put that shit together to say they gonna beat us. He ain't gonna beat us. This tight Olsen, he ain't gonna beat us. Y'all gonna beat us outside. And it was comical.
It was straps.
It was-
Well, because of Vaughn, it was comical.
Yeah, I'm saying,
shit,
wait,
man. If you
because
watch
of
that,
Vaughn,
don't put that on
because of
22
D-Ware,
on.
But I will
because
say,
of everybody.
Joey
Shit.
B puts up 30 on
Me
a
and Skip was
lot
the
of
ones on the
people, though.
outside.
No,
You know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
So it was comical.
No, I got it.
And we put
I feel
that-
like we've seen this act before, man. And the
Listen,
best
I'm-
team always wins,
Right,
not the
100%.
best character.
Right, 100%.
The best team wins the
And
chip.
you spoke on the up and downs. You got to be
It's up and down.
consistent. This league is about consistency.
100%. But
Whether
even you
winning-
look back at last year and the year before, in stretches, Buffalo was the most explosive and most dangerous team in the NFL.
last
Never
year?
win.
But they were rolling, and then their kryptonite is
What?
The playoffs, the big moments.
Well, that's a fucking bad
That's a terrible-
kryptonite to have.
No,
We
no.
talking about winning the AFC.
Listen, I'm with you, and I'm
can pick
speaking
another
for all
kryptonite.
Buffalo fans here, right? We talked with Deion Dawkins before, like, what's it going to take to get over the hump? And there's no one answer.
He ain't really tell us.
Well, because
He said they all need to show
but
up.
You
man,
said we
he
gotta
don't
finish.
know.
Well, yeah, that's what we saying. How y'all
Right.
gonna finish, D?
Well, you have to understand the mindset in Buffalo. When I was there in 2017, we broke the 18-year playoff drought, right? Sean McDermott had come in. Josh Allen wasn't there yet, but we laid the foundation for, hey, we're not a shit organization anymore. We made the playoffs. We're here. Now Josh Allen comes in 2018, is not very good. But then they come out, they make the AFC Championship game. They lose to Kansas City in 12 seconds. They're right there. I think that was their year to really sneak up on people, get in the Super Bowl, and make some noise. And then every year it's just been a crushing, soul-crushing loss after loss in the playoffs.
Right.
So in Super Bowl, or in Buffalo, it's Super Bowl or bust. It's Super Bowl or bust for Brandon Beane. It's Super Bowl or bust for Sean McDermott, Josh Allen, Deion Dawkins, Spencer Brown. It's on these guys' minds. This is all they think about in Buffalo.
It been on their mind since fucking Jim Kelly. It was on y'all
I
mind. Y'all
know.
broke through.
I know.
And y'all
I know.
broke the streak.
That's the
And
problem.
when y'all got
Right.
to the playoffs, what y'all do?
Nothing.
That's the problem.
got
So
popped
it's-
in.
it's on your mind.
That's the mindset there, though. It was, okay, can we get to the playoffs? Because we've been discounted for so long, 18 years of just absolute bullshit. Okay, we got to the playoffs. Okay, now can we get to the playoffs and have success?
And I like
and
Cleveland over the Bills in 2 weeks. How about that
Stop
one?
that.
What? The Browns? Come on,
That's
man.
a lot.
Hey, Miles Garrett.
Hey, don't
Come
let
on.
Cleveland
Come
pop.
on now.
We'll make some bets
Yeah,
on
I
that.
like
but
Cleveland over
I
Buffalo.
want all my points
I'm
with
gonna tell
the
you
spread.
that.
You guys are
I'm talking about
Dang.
New England.
That's what I'm
You
gonna wear my
guys are
Shedeur.
smoking that.
Skip, how do you
I'm gonna
feel?
come in with my starter Browns jacket. Oh, starter.
So before the year, I picked Joe Burrow to win it all, as did you.
I did.
If memory serves.
How'd that turn out?
And well, how it turned out was Joe Burrow went 2-0, and then he was gone, and they went 1-8, and then he came back and he went 3-0 for the year, and then that happened yesterday. And if he hadn't made one crazy, bizarre mistake yesterday, they're going to be upright. They're going to be the team we're all talking about,
And
the team
Buffalo
nobody
would've been
wants
done.
to deal
They
with.
would, if
That
they
is
got
correct.
that win, they would be the most dangerous team in the AFC North.
So I'm going to have to flip around now because the Bengals are done. I'm going to have to ride with Buffalo because listen, that guy is Superman. But here's the point of Superman this year. He's only been Superman against the former MVPs, the best players. He takes it up
Well,
for
that's
the
who's gonna
games
be
that
in the
matter.
playoffs. So
that's
that's
what I'm
what we
saying.
need.
That's
Not
what
the
I'm saying.
rest of the season.
Not for the Broncos.
Okay, but they will. They're going to go to New
saying
England and win
Bo's
that
not-
game. Josh Allen
You
will
love
go
him.
beat them
In New England.
Yes,
He ain't
he'll
no
go beat them
MVP.
in New England. He'll beat them in New England. I'll take them because they went to Pittsburgh, and we saw what Pittsburgh did to Baltimore yesterday. They went to Pittsburgh and just destroyed the Steelers. They ran them off their home field. And Josh Allen was just too good. Like yesterday, he had a QBR of 96. I know you love QBR,
Man, that's
but that's
bullshit.
Okay,
Woo!
bullshit. How?
Because I forgot who I was just looking at. Maybe Shedeur. They gave Shedeur like a 47 or 50
wasn't it?
QB. I'm like,
That's
what the fuck?
great.
Like,
What do you need to do?
like, what the fuck else do he need to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I,
we need Cody here
Convert
to
the
explain
two-point
that.
conversion.
I
yeah,
don't
like,
understand
bro,
that
come
shit. I
on,
don't
man.
Okay.
Like,
But-
I'm done with the QBR, but go ahead.
But every time
No.
Josh Allen plays a real guy, he goes Superman.
Yeah.
Every time he plays somebody who doesn't matter, he goes Clark Kent. If he plays Clark Kent, he turns into Clark Kent. But if he plays Superman on the other side, he goes beyond Superman. So in the games like New England, in the playoff games, they're going to make the
Can you
playoffs.
count on that defense to score every week?
You know what? They got veteran
'Cause
guys
that's how
over
they
there.
beat
who
Pittsburgh.
just-
But when Josh goes Superman,
yeah.
they just need enough
Okay,
defense.
did he
just
turn
need
it over
enough.
yesterday? He didn't
No,
turn
he
it
did.
over.
Great job.
Okay, he
But
went.
Which we all
look,
thought he was going
He
to.
I know.
didn't turn the ball
Okay.
over. He heard TJ talking shit.
All right.
He didn't turn.
Yeah.
And James Cook does turn it over, and he turned it over at the goal line, or that game
I
wouldn't have been as
know.
close,
That
right?
was crazy.
Because he's just going in for a touchdown. James Cook has got the best running back feet in pro football. Seriously,
He's
just
nice.
these.
Yeah.
Better
these
than
kind
Gibbs.
of
Go. We
I
gotta
was gonna
go.
say,
And it's,
Gibbs-
I'm talking about feet between the tackles, just like this.
And it's the
where
blocking
you just
scheme
can't
up
get a
front.
hold of him. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yep.
He is
He's nice.
really,
He's nice.
he is really good.
Yeah.
And he gives them a 1-2 or a 2-1 punch with Superman that makes them hard to defend. And those two tight ends, I told you, Dalton Kincaid is his ultimate security blanket.
Yeah.
And he got
He was
Dalton
also
Kincaid back.
Yeah, supposed to not play, and he played.
And
so.
he played.
What's up
and-
with that?
but he likes Knox. What's that? With
Knox
Got
is
all these
good.
players that ain't supposed to play, and they be popping up playing.
I know.
Killing my picks.
Yeah. Well,
And then
It's
they
the late
even got
Friday
the third
window.
tight
They
end
listed-
in
oh,
the
he
touchdown,
showed
Jackson Haas.
yeah, I know. He's pretty good, and it looks like Josh trusts him.
Yeah.
In big moments, big throws.
For sure.
And he's not bad, but do they miss Stephon Diggs? Were they
Yes.
different with Stephon? Yeah, they were. Yeah. They were.
Ooh,
Okay,
and
so
they
maybe
got a guy.
maybe a Wade Phillips says, I can take that away, that away, that away, and let's see Superman beat us.
Yeah.
But Josh is a better thrower than Cam was in his MVP year. Better passer, better pure passer.
I think Josh is in a whole different class than Cam
man,
Newton.
My God.
Wow.
What if he?
Wow. He's in a whole different class.
He's in a whole different class.
Wow.
So what class is that? He ain't got no
Hey,
chip.
Superman.
He ain't been to the Super Bowl.
Superman.
So what class is
Yeah,
that?
what class
He ain't
is that,
show up?
bro?
Yeah.
What Cam do in the Super Bowl?
He
Don't
got
matter.
there.
He was
Nothing.
there.
Didn't
He had
jump
the
on
best
the ball.
offense.
His
in the league.
kryptonite was not the playoffs. Like, nigga, what the fuck? This is crazy.
I think Josh is Superman. I think anytime he's playing well, he can raise the level of that. And you talk about Khalil Shakir. Khalil Shakir is a slot receiver. They got to play him on the outside. They got to move him around. They are for sure missing Stephon Diggs, but that went sideways real quick.
It did.
That's
Been
a whole
gone for 5 years.
I know, but that was when they really that's when it was
They had
5
to stop.
seconds to Kansas
That's when
City.
it was
Yeah,
dangerous.
right.
That's when
Yeah.
they were dangerous.
Yeah. Well, Richie and Skip are riding with the Bills, but the chat is not. 65% of the chat says the Bills will not make it to the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm talking about.
Jim Kelly.
The Bills gonna build.
You're gonna have the Bills fans on your ass now.
It's like the Browns.
You're gonna have the Bills fans on your ass now. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. And I'm not saying that they're
sick 'em on me. Sick 'em on me, Richie.
They're not this juggernaut, but I like them to win, and they gotta get to the Super Bowl. They have to get to the Super Bowl.
Yes, AFC Championship game at Denver, Buffalo at Denver. Who's got the best player on the field?
Denver.
Oh, stop it.
Nick Benito?
Pat Surtain.
What class are you in, man?
I'm taking Pat Surtain.
No.
You're kidding. Over Josh Allen?
Well, Josh Allen got an MVP. Shit, Pat got an MVP.
Okay,
you feel me? What are you talking about?
What you talking about?
Nah, the Buffalo dude. They got the best player on the field. Who got the best defense on the field?
You would, by
Who got the best coach on the field?
Yeah, go ahead. Don't do that.
Who got the best coach on the field?
Don't do that.
Who got the best O-line?
I mean, Sean McDermott's not a bad.
What O-line you like better, Richie?
With the tackles
Yes,
back.
what about D-line?
With injuries
What about wideouts?
With injuries to the Bills' offensive line, I would say the Broncos have a better one. But when the Bills have Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown and Osiris Torrance and McGovern and all the guys up front, they're a formidable unit.
Yeah,
they're a formidable unit.
They playing well right now, but
That's about the only thing that Buffalo will have is they got the better quarterback.
Your
And
quarterback
tight
can't
end.
play special
Tight end. Do you have any tight ends? I don't even know who your tight ends
You
are.
don't know who our tight ends are?
What?
Who?
Ingram's?
You don't know who our tight ends
I have
are?
him on
He's
Facebook.
like
Okay.
47 now, or what is he?
No.
Let Ingram go to Buffalo.
Oh,
Let Ingram go to Buffalo where he get all the targets.
yeah. All right.
All right,
Go
guys.
crazy in Buffalo. So let's throw the tight ends.
You guys, this show is presented by Rose Sparks, and if your man needs some help in the bed, Rose Sparks is a prescription treatment that might be right for him. So let's talk. You know, when a guy is confident in the bedroom, when he isn't overthinking what his body is doing, he can just be present, and that's when everybody has more fun. And that's why I'm excited about Rose Sparks, because they can help take the pressure off so he can feel more confident and you can both have more fun. So here's the deal. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment that contains Sildenafil and Tadalafil, the same active ingredients found in Viagra and Cialis. What makes Rose Sparks special is that they dissolve under the tongue, which means they can hit the bloodstream faster than pills. And once the medication dissolves, Rose Sparks works in 15 minutes on average. Plus, because of their dual action formula, they can stay active for up to 36 hours. So a lot of time for more fun. And the whole process is easy and discreet. Ro connects guys with a medical provider through an online visit, so there's no awkward in-person appointment. If he's approved, the treatment ships straight to your door, and if prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Sparks on a reoccurring plan. So tell your partner to connect with the provider at ro.co/grid to find out if prescription Rose Sparks is right for him. That's ro.co/grid for $15 off his first order. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but not FDA approved, and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For full safety information, go to ro.co/safety-info. So if you're looking to spice things up and help him feel more confident in the moment, check out Rose Sparks and see if they're right for him. When he's confident and relaxed, everybody wins. Okay, thank you, Rose Sparks. And now let's get into another absolute battle yesterday. We had a wild one between two of the teams at the top of the AFC North. The Steelers held on to beat the Ravens 27-22 in Baltimore. Another underwhelming performance from Lamar Jackson and that offense. But this one ended in some controversy because driving with under 3 minutes left in the game, it looked like Lamar hit Isaiah Likely for the game-leading touchdown, but after review would be overturned to incomplete. Likely said after the game, I guess I have to get 3 feet down next time.
Crazy.
So I want to take a look at that because what? Boom.
Possession.
Boom.
Touchdown right there.
Boom.
Touchdown. Plays over. Touchdown.
What?
Man, that's some bullshit.
Woo.
Possession 1, 2, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Man, that's insane, man.
So Lee,
Yeah.
was that catch by Isaiah Likely a touchdown?
It was for sure a touchdown. To my knowledge, it's possession, 2 feet down, that's a touchdown. Now, if I go to the ground, I got to maintain possession. You know what I'm saying? He ain't go to the ground, so he ain't bobbling the ball. Him and the defender not like sharing it. He got the ball clearly like this, took 2 steps.
boom.
You knock it out after. The DB even thought it was a touchdown. He knocked it out with the frustration knockout like this.
did.
Yeah.
Drop the ball, nigga.
Yeah.
You done roasted me. Like, that's the frustration. Knock the ball out your hand after the touchdown.
Yep.
So I like, oh, touchdown. Damn. See, I knew Pittsburgh. I went downstairs, came back upstairs like, damn. That wasn't a touchdown. What the hell going on? So, man, that's the refs got to stop, man.
And for you to say that without defending Joey Porter, I thought maybe you'd take the DB's
Man,
side.
I'm shocked that he called that a touchdown.
it's
I thought we were going to go to war over this one.
Nah,
but no,
I can't go to war over it. It's like, what are the rules? Like, the NFL got to
They just
stop. Hey, man,
change
listen.
all the
I feel
time.
like they fucking up the integrity of our game, man.
Like, be
All
able
the
to
betting
overturn
shit going
something.
around and y'all calling shit like that. Not a touch. Like, bro, like, we going to be investigated. Like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna start saying our chip was tainted. They had paid money. They cheated for it. Like, bro, come on with the shit. Like, come on, man. It's beyond me, man. What the fuck do you got to do? If that didn't say, what he got to not get the ball knocked out his hands for 6-7 steps or what is it? You feel me? Like the 3 steps in a football move is for the field. You don't have to make a football move in the end zone.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can't make a football. I don't get it, bro. It's beyond me, man.
Yeah, some bullshit. I mean, as an offense, I thought I was going to have to come in here and defend myself against you. Offense
You was
versus
ready.
defense.
You was ready.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to say, oh, no, it's not
I
possession.
stood up. I
thought you were going to say that too, but no,
I
man.
do love a Richie.
Yeah, we got to get it active.
Dang. We're not getting that today.
No, I thought I had the bunch
I'm
of notes.
non-violent today.
I don't even have to do my
Non-violent
notes.
this morning.
But no, I mean, that's a catch. That's clear and obvious. I mean, he catches it. He has possession, 2 feet down. The play's over. It's a wrap. That is a fucking touchdown. And I agree with you. These referees have been fucking up for years and years and years and years and years. And the best thing I love about it is there's no accountability for the referees.
Right.
They don't have to go sit in front of the press.
Yeah.
They make the coaches, they make the players, they make everybody involved go sit and take that grilling from the press.
I'm sure they get some death threats.
But they frame it as
Online.
Online.
we've got to be professional, you got to be accountable, and this is a results-driven business, and everybody else is accountable except the fucking refs. The refs can make bad call after bad call after bad call. They go in, they talk to some nerd-ass little pool reporter that doesn't press back on them.
true.
Hey, what happened here?
true.
Oh, you know, this, and this. They're off the hook, and the league is always going to back up the refs. The league is always going to have to back up the refs. And my main thing with the refs is we've all been in games where we got screwed by the refs, right? And the teams take those plays, they submit them to the league after the game, and then the league comes back and says, oh yeah, we messed up on this, we messed up on that. Well, fuck that. Our season just ended because of a bad call. So this right here, this gets my blood boiling because to me, that's a clear and obvious touchdown. Baltimore should have the lead in that game, and who knows where we're at right now today.
Man, that was a
Defending any
kick.
DBs?
Nah, I can't even defend.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Man, that's
Undisputed.
Look, man, yeah, you can't even defend that. It's just blasphemous. It's crazy. Because, you catch it, everyone sees the catch, 2 feet down, and if you want to add an extra act, he holds the ball out. Okay, that's the extra act. He's defending the ball against the receiver, what obviously suggests his possession of the football.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so
Not
what are
proper.
we talking about? Then you got Dean on the mic talking, or whoever the official that they call New York in, and they mess it up every time.
He just agree with
defending.
whatever
He
the
just
call
agree
is
with
every
whatever the
time.
call is. Like, why are you even on the mic? Get off the mic, because we see what's happening. We see what's happening. There's too much bullshit going on around these refs. There's no suspension. There's no accountability, like you said, Richie. They just go home and eat Sunday dinner and then turn their Instagram off, and they don't got to hear shit, man. It's crazy. Like, it's unacceptable. The integrity of the sport is like, damn, do I even want to put my shit in? Because I know that it's going to be some bullshit at the end or during the game that is obvious that's going to go against what I predicted or what I called. Like, it fucking pisses me off. It's just so annoying, bro. I hate shit. Like you said, you turn your head, Isaiah Likely running to the sideline, you know it's a touchdown, you come back and it's like, where the points?
Wait, so before you go, Skip, like I said, I was in between eating a nice meal, talking about roast, talking about mashed potatoes and gravy and shit.
What'd you have? What was the meat?
It was like some little roast, like a beef. I don't know if y'all
Roast like a beef.
We eat like roast, you feel me? Like
Yeah, like roast.
real
yeah,
roast,
oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You put a pressure cooker
We eat that
and
shit too, bro.
Mashed potatoes and good gravy. and
Ooh, like
shit.
all in the juices?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
fried
man.
rib,
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
fried
yeah.
rib.
Yeah, like a, I don't really know.
pot roast.
I
No,
really
it's a
I
pot
don't know
roast.
exactly what type of meat it was. You feel me? But
Aqib's not cooking it.
I ain't cooking this shit. I just eat this shit. You know what I'm saying? Some type of beef. So I touchdown. I ran downstairs. I come back up. There's no point. So they called it a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then they reviewed it
Real
under the little
quick.
thing
Yeah,
and
real
said no
quick.
touchdown.
Real quick.
Yeah.
And then when they review it, this is what they do. They go on so fast. Oh, it's been reviewed, overturned, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then you go to the play early. I know to take it off the play, and I'm going to skip let you go, but the interception. He took the ball off the tip, and then they said that it wasn't interception. I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are you doing, Stripes?
So I was rooting for Lamar and the Ravens, and as soon as Likely caught the football, I'm like, boom!
Yeah.
Got him! John Harbaugh, they cut to him. Boom! And some time, wait, you're going to review this? For what?
For what?
And they come later with the NFL statement, and it reminded me of the night of the tuck rule in New England. I was there at that game, and the explanation they gave was completely just mind-boggling. Like, what? What are you talking about? So now they're saying you need a third step in the end zone? I've never heard that.
Never
heard
heard
that.
Crazy. What?
It's crazy.
A third step in
Do
the
you
end
have to
zone
get 3
when
feet
you
there?
allow running backs to dive and just get the tip of the ball and break the plane and then hit, and that's a touchdown. Okay, I'm fine with that. So anything that just breaks the plane, as soon as you catch it and you control it. Did he control the football? Well, yeah.
Easy.
Yes.
Yeah, no question.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they came with the explanation of he didn't make a football move. What?
Right.
That's as good a football move as you'll ever make, catching a football in the end zone and then extending it away to, he's almost taunting.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
just
get off, little man.
Like, here, I got you and I got you again. You can't even touch this football. And then, to your point, Joey Porter just makes a slap at it. It's just out of pure frustration.
That's crazy.
And they what are you talking about? Because it's the game. We're having a different conversation right now if that play stands, right? I'm
Yes.
pretty sure they're going to win the game because they just slowly came back and took control, and it felt like they were in control there. And then insult to injury was 2 plays later, it gets to 4th and 5 at the 8, and he throws it to Mark Andrews, and Patrick Queen, you can just see his left hand. He's got a hold of Mark Andrews' jersey and just yanks it, and he can't reach the football. Okay, well, somebody's got to see that and throw a flag. At least make it right.
many defensive holdings that they've been calling this year, it's
It's just a
not
blatant
one.
grab and pull.
No,
It's
bro.
a grab and twist where Mark Andrews is like 6'4", and he can't get
even
his
jump.
hands up on the ball. Okay,
It's crazy.
What are we doing? How do we let them get away with that? Because to me, that taints the credibility of the product of pro football.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's the greatest game we have. Listen, the games yesterday, they were all just great.
Yeah.
Where I just sat back at the end of the night and I just thought, this is it, man. This is the best. It's a privilege to watch it, and then you allow it to be tainted by overturning an obvious touchdown. If you ask 1 million fans out there who are good football fans, is that a touchdown? Just put it in a vacuum. Is that a touchdown? 1 million of them would say, yes, that's a touchdown. Because your eyes just say, they scream, touchdown.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of Twitter
So on that
says
rule,
that.
Skip, did that rule say it's different on the sideline? Because on the sideline, you could say 1-2, that third step be out of bounds, and it's a touchdown.
No, that's
Exactly.
true.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
So it's different from the sideline to in the field. Like, what the fuck?
3
That's
seconds.
crazy,
You
bro.
want to talk about football move? He possesses it, comes down with 2 feet, like galloping, not just like down.
Yeah.
He comes down, he possesses it, he holds it out, possession. It's fucked up. And then we could go back to earlier points in the game where they called the personal foul on the field goal rush.
They did.
Big number 98.
It was a big deal, too. That
It was a
big,
huge
yeah,
deal.
I
It
know.
kept them going, but I've been on those field goals. It sucks as an offensive lineman, but you cannot line up on the deep snapper. During the play, if you get shoved down there and you go shoulder to shoulder with the deep snapper, that's completely legal. I watched the play. He didn't come in contact with the head and neck area. That's a huge play. Then we got the Aaron Rodgers intercept where the pass to himself goes down with the ball.
Yep.
And how can they say he clearly and obviously had that ball and got down when it's just a muddle of human bodies, right? So it's just like, with the refs, they can't figure out how to get it right. They should make the refs full-time. They should do this. It's all this bullshit. They need to start holding refs accountable.
Yeah.
And when refs fuck up in a game, they need to sit out the next game. They need to be held accountable like players and coaches. They need to be held up to the same standard because right now, they are the protected class in the NFL. The NFL sticks up for them. The guys that get on the call, Blandino and those guys stick up for them. And then league backs them up later in the week. It's bullshit.
This one almost felt like it came from the top. We need Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, right?
Right.
Here.
I mean, that was a slap in the face.
I mean,
How about that?
Well, that's how it felt
came
to
from
me.
the
Yeah.
top.
You did say if we asked 1 million people, they would say yes.
Yeah.
Well, we did ask the chat.
It's
And
99%.
80%.
Yeah.
That 20% is Steelers fans.
Yeah,
It's
20%
Steelers
is
fans.
hater.
Face, man. I feel like I got spit on, man.
Yeah.
Watching
No.
that shit.
Some bullshit.
Well, yeah, because of that bullshit,
Disrespect.
excuse my language, the Steelers are now back above
we gotta
500
segue
and
a little
leading the AFC North. And you know who is really happy about that? Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
Because as of last week, they were chanting for your job.
Yep.
Fire Mike Tomlin. So I do want to see what Mike Tomlin has to say after this because they might be quieting down. He said,
Give him a little
kiss
Thank you.
kiss. Yeah.
my butt.
Thank you.
Kiss my ass.
Kiss my butt.
Yep.
We are going to the playoffs. We're going to win this division. So that was from Mike Tomlin, and Aaron Rodgers had something to say also about it. Let's take to
I
that.
ain't like that.
What does it mean to get a win like this after the week that you guys have had and the week that kind of Mike Tomlin has had too?
Means maybe you guys will shut the hell up for a week.
Ooh! Are we going to shut up? Do we still want a job?
I ain't shutting up. I ain't shutting up. It was clear and obvious, so you could take that how you want it.
All right. Well, I know you were rooting for the Steelers in the beginning of the year. You jumped off that bandwagon. So how are you feeling now? Do you feel like the Steelers can win the North?
Hey, man, they took control of it. You know what I'm saying? Even with that play, they still played a better football game, man. They played solid on defense. They threw the ball downfield. They hit some explosives. So, I mean, if they could play like that week in, week out, I'll still be on board with them. You know what I'm saying? I like that team.
Oh, so you're back now.
I was reverse psychology,
Okay.
Skip.
Oh, that's what it was.
I'm doing that shit you be doing, Skip. I ain't on board. They still gonna lose. The Ravens gonna win it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I think it's still up in the air though. Even with that win, they got to play the Ravens again. They both got tough schedules.
They do.
So
Yeah.
Anybody could drop a game in between. So, hey, man, I think the bottom line is it's going to come down to that Week 17 matchup in Pittsburgh. The winner is going to win the division. Yeah. Simple as that.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the best performances for the Steelers all season, as far as offensively speaking.
Exactly.
You know, I think they were really aggressive to DK Metcalf early in the game. Rodgers got it going. He showed off a little mobility. I mean, the offense kept producing points, putting Baltimore in a situation where they had to go score points and putting them under pressure. And I think, you know, when Pittsburgh can play with the lead, they can get that pass rush on defense really fired up, get those boys hunting after the quarterback. I'm going to say Pittsburgh is in position to win the AFC North, not only because they got the win against the Ravens, but I think the Ravens' offensive line is a huge liability. Lamar isn't firing on all cylinders because he can't get the protection up front. Daniel Filele, I watched a Twitter video on him earlier in the day, and this guy's just letting guys go, just getting beat. And there's constantly pressure up in Lamar's face. Derrick Henry, I mean, he's had a little bit of an impact, but nothing like he was last year.
Yep.
So I think you look at the offensive line for the Baltimore Ravens and the defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I like where the Pittsburgh Steelers are at when their offense is playing at this high level.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they started fast. That's the best thing they had in their favor. They completed the D-ball, which they ain't completed all year, 40-plus yards. So, like, that was one anomaly that shit probably ain't going to ever happen again. But, you know, DK had his best game in a long time. I'll give him that. He even played special teams. He was feeling himself. He went and played gunner at the end of the game, you know, trying to show that whole team aspect. But, you know, Baltimore got it going in the second half, man. And they were playing better, and they were the better team in the second half. They were running the ball. Yeah. Henry got a move on it. Lamar became more accurate with the football. Flowers was catching the ball and getting yak yardage. So, you know, it was good. They got on top. Aaron was not as fragile as he has been in the past few weeks. Maybe that wrist was feeling a lot better. He even rolled out and got the touchdown. Which, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Not me. I tell you. I still didn't think he had the ball when he crossed the end zone. But, They got to start fast, and if they can withstand that and get the calls from the rest at the end of the game, they can win out. But like Lee said, it's going to come down to that game, that divisional game. Who wants it more at the end of the year? It's the AFC North. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be physical, and whoever runs the ball better. If the Baltimore Ravens can get Henry going,
join their team.
Man, I say we with my favorites. So I'm part of every one of my favorites teams. So I say we.
I didn't know Ravens
If
were one of your
Baltimore
favorites.
can get the run game going with Henry, they become so much more successful.
Man, I'm not going to crown the Steelers just yet because to me, the game I watched yesterday was more about what's wrong with the Ravens than what's right with the Steelers. Lamar just ain't right. And I keep waiting for Lamar to turn completely back into Lamar. And I don't know, he's been on the injury report every week through as they won their games
And
with a
new
new
line.
injury, like something new. So it's ankle, knee, hip. It's like, I don't know, maybe he's just beat all to hell and they can't protect him. And yet, to me, yesterday was about one team playing much harder for its coach on the hot seat than the other team playing hard for its coach who should be on the hot seat. I just think John Harbaugh is going to be gone. If this continues to go south and they don't win it, and I'm not giving up on them, but if they don't make it to the playoffs, I think John Harbaugh is going to be gone. I think they're going to just say, we got to change scenery. What's it been? I've lost track. Is he like 18 years or whatever it is?
Something like that, yeah.
It's up there because
All we know.
when I got drafted, I was in there talking to Harbaugh.
Were you? Really?
Wow.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know that.
I thought I was there.
So forever ago.
Man, I thought number 16 pick.
Bingo.
No,
making
forever
fun of you.
ago. Like I own my oldness, Kinsey. I ain't trying to be. Hey, I like being 40.
Yeah. And I know,
what I'm saying?
Kinsey, you weren't born yet, right?
Oh, stop.
Yeah. But look, Aaron had a day because DK had a day. He caught 7 for 148. And then the weird part was they had to rush him to the hospital after the game because he was having stomach trouble. DK. I don't know what it was about. I don't know.
Probably got punched on that
Stomach
gunner.
pain.
Maybe.
I mean, he was taking.
That
I mean, he
appendix
was
or something.
he was catching some balls and he was taking some big hits on the ground. He was
Yeah,
hitting the ground.
but Aaron hadn't completed a ball over 31 yards all season, and then he had 4 yesterday. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't.
Threw it downfield, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
where's the Baltimore defense that I used to know and love, man? That you could trust in big games. Where are they?
They was at the game reunion on the sideline.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
They ain't been there all year.
I think
Taking a
with
nap.
Lamar, the best part about Lamar's game is he's sudden, right? Things break down. Lamar can use his legs and he can, make things happen. I think this year he's just like a half step
He
slow.
doesn't look sudden.
He doesn't look sudden,
sliding early,
and the
too.
pressure from the lineman up front, it's just instant. It's in his face. So again, he's running. He's kind of just, a little gimp, but he just can't make the plays. They're just not allowing him time enough to process or allowing him time enough to move. They've gotten Derrick Henry going, but it's been so up and down. They really have to revamp that offensive line. That offensive line, it's kind of plug and play. The Filele guy we're talking about, he's a big, massive guy. He's 100% supposed to play tackle. He's in there at guard getting whipped. And he's getting turned around, and it looks bad. They got to really evaluate. They got Linderbaum. Linderbaum's a stud, but he's a free agent. So I'm hoping Raiders go write him a big check, but I think it's too little, too late. We thought Lamar was going to come back and really lift them, but I think he's just a little too banged up.
It was over with for them Ravens.
I don't know if it's over with. What are they?
Like the Steelers.
Who do they got? I mean, if the Steelers can
division's
play,
still wide open.
But if the Steelers can play like they can yesterday, like
I said
perform
for
at a high
now,
clip,
yeah.
get the ball downfield, Rodgers using his legs, run game going, getting all that stuff going. So we got the Ravens, they got the Bengals, they got the Patriots, they got the Packers, and they got the Steelers. That's a rough run at things right now.
Pittsburgh sold out on the run early because of what the Bills did to them the week.
Yeah.
Yes,
They
you got
sold
it.
out. I'm like, damn, they really stopping the run. I couldn't believe it. But they sold out.
They
And like you
sold out.
said, when you get on top early, you could do that.
The Steelers got Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Ravens. That looks a lot
I like that Dolphins for the L.
Hey, listen, dude, you don't know what.
Dolphins
Hey,
been cooking
shout out
up.
to Miami, though. Shout out to Miami.
I like that
Dolphins been
Dolphins.
cooking.
They fired
Hello.
the GM, and those boys found
Look.
life. Like, hey, I was all over them. I was on their ass because they looked
Dumpster
lifeless.
fire.
Dumpster fire. I mean, that was bad. They look uninspired. They look like a dumpster fire. they got back to their roots. They got A-Chain going.
A-Chain, man.
They
He
fed
catch
him.
a seat.
Maybe it was an
Catch a
interview. Maybe it was an interview we did with Jared Love with A-Chain.
Look,
Hey.
Yeah.
Catch one of these
But hey,
creases.
they're running
go.
the football. They're playing physical. All the level stuff is working on offense. Defense is playing well. I got to give it to the Miami Dolphins. But I like the Steelers just because they got the easier run. Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Ravens. I'll take that over Bengals, Patriots, Packers.
Browns.
Yeah,
Whoa,
all
that's
day.
easy.
Real
I
quick
mean-
point for TJ. Baltimore did have 217 yards rushing yesterday. I mean,
Damn, did they really?
How
Told
many
it.
points TJ
Second
been
half.
all year?
I think Derrick Henry had like 90 something. Or
yeah,
Yeah, they
and
was
Pittsburgh
cooking
had
it.
34, so it was 217 to 34.
Right.
And Pittsburgh won the game.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I think Pittsburgh needs Derrick Henry. I think Pittsburgh needs a big bruising back. I like Gainwell and I like Warren, but I think what they want to do is they want to pound that thing up close. And they got two speed guys. They need a big back.
Keep running out of shotgun.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's move on to the Bears because you two were riding the Bears train last week.
Yep.
But after a big first half deficit, Caleb Williams and the Bears clawed their way back in Green Bay, and they got it to 21-21 in the fourth quarter. And an impressive touchdown drive by Jordan Love gave the Packers a touchdown lead with under 4 minutes in the fourth quarter.
That bet.
Bears didn't go down easy, though, with a great final
won
drive
by
that
half.
fell short after a throw Caleb wished he could take back because Keyshawn Nixon getting the game-sealing interception with under 30 seconds left. So let's take a little look at how it ended. And this play, why? Same play that they used earlier this year. Oh. Where I feel like he could have ran and made that happen, but he
I feel
chose
like they
to
was
throw.
on the run.
Oh,
Yeah, on the run. Great play
I
by
think he had a
Keyshawn
couple
Nixon. He said
options,
after
but
the
that
game
was a
that
great
wasn't even
play.
his guy. He just kind of fell off and
did.
made that play.
Yep.
well, Aqib, what was your reaction to
What
Ben?
was that? That was my reaction when he doing that.
Hey, I thought it was a great play, though. They've been successful running similar type plays just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fake it to the running back, let the running back go to the flat, get a tight end to the corner. Caleb out there, he could use his legs. So, and then you had like a
Trailer.
trailer that's like the second level. He kind of get in between both of them. I look there, I don't like that. Oop, I always got this guy coming. I thought he could have hit DJ Moore, came behind the line and kind of opened up late. So he ain't want to airmail it, overthrow it like he do. Every time he misses, an overthrow. So that's why I thought he took a little bit off of it to make sure it wasn't an overthrow. Nixon fell back, made a hell of a play. But as overall, the play call, I thought it was a fucking great play call, man. You had options everywhere. He even was open. The corner route was even open. He would have threw it a little bit further. I think he looked here, he looked to run first. He seen Green Bay was very prepared for it. They had three guys.
They did. They had
What?
three.
They had three,
Yeah.
4 guys in the flat. They was
On Swift.
on
Yeah,
Swift
yeah.
and they was coming, hooping the edge when them was coming to play
Yeah.
Caleb if he wanted to run. So
Yep.
they did this shit all year, bro. They great on third down. A lot of the plays look just like this. You know what I'm saying? So the Packers was just prepared for it, and if he would have took his third option, he might have had a touchdown. So he took a little bit off of it. It was a bad throw. He wish he would have put a little bit more on it, or not even a little bit more, just throw it a little bit earlier. But shit, I like
It was still a battle.
Yeah.
I like the play call. I like the aggressiveness, man. Hey, is what it is. The Packers was prepared. They made a play.
I like you said, aggressiveness. That's what it comes down to. It's aggressive. This is they've been living and dying by these plays, and they're the young hot upstart, and they've been making plays, and they just ran into a good team that was prepared. I like the play call by Ben Johnson. You know, it's kind of built to this for the Bears. Ben Johnson's be able to get in his bag because Caleb's coming around. Caleb's developing. Caleb is really athletic, moving to the sideline and making throws downfield. It's a little bit throwback to his USC days. But I think I like it. I like the call to be aggressive. He had some options on it. They were open. He just couldn't get it to the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I love the play call. He had 4 options. He had the run. He had Swift in the flat. He had DJ Moore in the intermediate, and then he had Komet deep. I think if he would have been a little bit more patient, he could have hit DJ Moore if he would have stopped and just dumped it to him, because everybody was over pursuing to the flat, like Lee said. Or if he really had something made up already, he would have hit the tight end Komet really early, because he was butt naked. Like, I'm not going to lie. The only thing I don't really like about it, and it is part of the misdirection, the concept misdirection, is going into Caleb's throwing side. Like he had to.
He been dogging it going there.
And they scored.
Serving
They
it going
scored
that way, though.
earlier with the same type of play with the tight end blocking down
all
in
year.
the red zone. But yeah, I think if it would have been rolled out the other way, it may have been a little bit easier. But also, it may have been a little bit easier to defend because they would have known it was coming even more. But they covered it like they knew it was coming regardless. So you just gotta. I think that trailer, that's the money play right there because they rushed it to the flat. They didn't cover the 7 as well. But that late guy coming late, DJ Moore, that was the money ball. But the play was great. I loved it.
I'm with you. The one issue I had is you have to let Caleb go to his right. I know he's been dealing to his left because he's just a spectacular athlete. I told you Friday, he just makes plays, man, where you just say, damn, that's just too good.
Yeah.
And he had made 2 to his right in this game where you're like, that's impossible, where he's just about out of bounds and he just whips it sidearm and throws an accurate football. I don't know if Ben Johnson is thinking that Mike is going to line up over there on Green Bay's left and just rush upfield, so you don't want Caleb running right into his rush lane because Micah just runs, upfield.
I guarantee you that has something to do with it.
Right?
Get him, Skip.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that has something to do with it. Let's go away from Micah.
Okay, but Micah lined up in the A gap as he often does. He just stood in the A gap and went up the middle and was no factor in the play. So now, well, okay, wait a second. Wait, you told me he was going to wreck the game.
I did.
He had one assisted tackle. One assisted tackle. That's it. Period.
He had some QB hits.
Okay, one
He had some pressures,
assisted tackle.
QB
He
hits.
didn't even get him by himself, right? And then he
Kenneth
had
was running from Parsons. He ran into another guy, got him a sack.
Okay.
He ran from him again, got this dude a sack.
And Micah had big 0 goose egg sacks. He had 0. So he had 1 assisted tackle and 0 sacks.
They need to make a stat for assisted sacks.
Okay.
If you're running from me and he get a sack, you need to get some love on that.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I'm
that's
saying?
pressures, and he probably had 19 pressures yesterday, but I didn't.
He was
look
up
at that.
there.
I just know he had 1 assisted tackle, and he's so good against the run. He's a beast against the run. That's what I hear on here. I don't see it when I'm watching the game, but be that as it may. So here goes Caleb to his left, short side of the field, and 3 guys go with Swift in the flat. So you are not going to dump it to Swift, and I'm with you. I thought for a second if he had hit the Jets, he might have been able to run for it because it's just a yard. Okay, you just need a yard. Maybe you just hit the stick. You try to beat them to the stick and just get the 1 yard. Instead, he sees Cole Kmet. Okay, think about this. Cole Kmet is 6 feet 6 inches tall. Keyshawn Nixon, as much as I like him, he is no more than 5'10". I looked up his combine. He was 5'10 and 1/8. He's just somewhere right around 5'10". He plays little to me. He plays short. Okay, so Caleb, you got to make 1 throw for the game because I think they're going to go for 2. I just think they would. On the road, I think they're just going to go for the throw because that's the way Ben Johnson plays because he's off Campbell's tree, right? You got to get the ball to the back line of the end zone and just make it a jump ball. It's not that hard of a throw. You got to set your crossbody, as you say, but you got to turn a little bit and set your feet just a little bit and just I get it that he airmails, but this is the one. He's 6'6", over 5'10". If you just throw him a jump ball, you're going to win the game. That's what I believe. Just throw him a jump ball because there's no way Keyshawn's going to get up and get a hand on that. That's just me. So it's just a bad idea.
I just felt like he tried to be too safe with it.
Okay, well maybe.
He tried to do that. and then Nixon covered some ground when he was looking. He looked at him. Oh, he open. But by the time you throw it, by the time you throw it, he covered some ground on it. So he thought he could just lob it up there and get him a catch. But Nixon covered some ground. He was already on his way running to him by the time Caleb seen him.
Okay, worst case, if you get it in the area code of Cole Kmet, he's going to have to interfere with him. He's just going to have to tackle him. That's the only way you're going to stop it, to me. And so you should have taken the bet.
I should have took the bet, man.
Okay?
Easy.
The best bets are the ones you turn down, right?
Yeah. You always should have taken it when you turn it down.
Yeah.
The end of the day was a battle, and definitely the NFC North is going to be a battle. They're both really, really great teams, but we have a game tonight, and this is also going to be a good one. Monday Night Football. We have the Eagles making the trip out west to take on the Chargers. So it's a big game for both teams, 8-4. So I'm going to start with Richie. What's the score? Who wins?
This is going to be a tight ball game on the road. I'm looking for the Eagles to get back on track. I'm looking for them offensively to get the run game going, get A.J. Brown, get Devontae Smith involved, because this is going to be a big road game for them. This is a chance for them to come out to the West Coast, get a statement win, kind of gain a little momentum. We saw the Steelers gain a little momentum. We see the Bills gaining a little momentum. I think the big deciding factor is going to be Herbert's hand injury. The guy just had surgery about 6-7 days ago. Yeah. He was a little shaky.
Monday.
Last Monday. Yeah. He was a little shaky when he came back in the game last week, kind of handling snaps, stuff like that. So I think they're going to have to change up the game plan for him. Expecting the Eagles to get back on track and play a really good game. Low-scoring game. They're going to keep it close. I'm going Eagles 20, Chargers 17.
Ooh. Aqib?
I hate that Cali trip for Philly.
Yep.
I hate the Cali trip, man. They've been struggling the last few games. Shit, Jalen Carter out. That popped up.
Huge.
He got this shoulder issues.
Yep.
Makuba done broke his shit. He out. Everything tell me to pick the Chargers. But I just think Sirianni been more involved in the media. He been more involved with the offense. Like, for some reason, I just think Philly gonna come out getting buckets. And I'm going to just go against the grain. I thought I was going to be the only one, for real. Some just told me I was going to be the only one, but I like the Eagles, man, 28-23.
Ooh.
Man, the Chargers, they've been cooking. Herbert is, his hand is down, but I think what they do well, like I always say about teams that do well, they're going to be able to run the ball with Vito and Hampton. Hampton back. Your boy you just mentioned is out on the D-line for
Hampton's back.
The Eagles, and you give Jim Harbaugh extended time, like you believe in Sirianni. I think Harbaugh is going to cook something up where he get them boys going early. It's Monday night at SoFi. It's going to be cracking. It's going to be cracking. And then I like the receiving core against Philly secondary, man. I like Ladd, man. Quentin Johnson, he a big play waiting to happen. And Keenan Allen, Mr. Reliable. So, man, I got the Chargers. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I got 24. It's going to be close, 24-19.
Okay.
Chargers.
All right, Skip.
I'm with you on that, but I don't like the Eagles, and I'm still holding out a little ray of hope for the Dallas Cowboys somehow to get back in.
That is some devotion, Skip.
I need the Eagles just to lose out. Just lose every game. And I still don't think, even though Sirianni says he got back involved in the offense, I still don't think they've found themselves. And the one thing I know about Jim Harbaugh, he will pound the rock. And the last time I was watching the Eagles was at Philadelphia, and pounding the rock were the Bears, because it seemed like they ran for 300 yards that Friday, right? And Jim Harbaugh, with Omarion Hampton back from his fractured ankle, and they said he looked sensational in practice. I just think they're going to run it and run it and run it some more with no Jalen Carter anchor in the middle of that defense. So it's going to be ball control, clock control, lower scoring. I'm going to go 21-19 home team in this one, with Justin Herbert kind of going along for the ride, because he can't be great. But I will say this about Justin Herbert. I don't think he responds well to huge expectations and pressure heaped on him. So now some of the pressure's off, where nobody will expect him to light it up. Yeah. And I think he'll play well enough for them to win a close game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's all going to come down to that Chargers offensive line. They got to keep him clean. Yeah. Got some backups in there. He's been getting crushed back there. They got to establish that run game. If they can't get that run game going and they put it all on Herbert, it's going to be a long night for him.
Yep.
But it is his offhand. It's his offhand.
It is his offhand, but what happens when you get taken down from behind and you go down with that offhand? You're holding on to that ball.
But they said he had surgery, so, after surgery, be feeling better.
Shoot, they put a plate in there.
Well, yeah, even better. Iron hand.
Iron hand. All right. The arena is divided on the Monday night game, so we'll see how that turns out. We're going to be back here on the couch tomorrow. We have a little double day for you guys. We're going to do Gil's Arena, and then following will be us for Gridiron. So we will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching the Arena Gridiron. Woo, woo! Woo, woo, woo.